It's time for Bethune-Cookman Football. Head coach Raymond Woody Jr. and the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats are ready to climb the mountain in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. It's time for today's pregame show, brought to you by your Southeast Toyota dealers. Let's go inside the huddle. Here's the voice of the Wildcats, Mike Torello, on the CatEye Radio Network.
To find the last time Bethune-Cookman University was victorious in a football game away from the friendly confines of Daytona Stadium, you have to go all the way back to October 22nd, 2022, where almost 2 years ago today, the Wildcats came out winners 45-35 in a wild contest against Mississippi Valley State. Now, to finally get over the line and pick up their first win of 2024, the Maroon and Gold will have to look to history for a repeat performance. Live from Rice-Totten Stadium on the campus of Mississippi Valley State University in Itta Bena, Mississippi, this afternoon's presentation of Bethune-Cookman University football on CatEye Network Radio and 1380 WELE The Cat is on the air. Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Michael Torello. Happy to have your company. Johnny Vickers is with me in the booth. Darryl Latil is down on the sidelines to bring you all the action. Vic, it kind of feels like if it doesn't happen this week for BCU, it may not happen at all this season. What do the Wildcats have to do today to fly back to Daytona Beach with Raymond Woody's first road victory as head coach?
I think to oversimplify things, we have to win. We have to come out here, play limited mistake football, and we have to be consistent. We have to make sure that penalties do not negate touchdowns and drives that we have had, and we have to make sure that we are playing disciplined football. And if we are able to do those things and be able to put those things together, I think we can come out of the bean, as they say, with a win.
The Bethune-Cookman Wildcats enter this afternoon's contest 0-6 on the year and 0-2 in Southwestern Athletic Conference play after falling 56-12 to Alabama A&M in Huntsville last week. After Cam Ransom's 15-yard rushing touchdown early in the second quarter gave the Cats some life, the Bulldogs rattled off 8 consecutive scoring drives to put the game out of reach. The only other spark for the Wildcats came in the third quarter, when Johnny Harris III took a wayward Xavier Langford pass 91 yards back to the house in your Southeast Toyota dealers highlight of the week.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota.
Snap to Langford. He's got time to pass. Throws far side of the field. It's intercepted at the 10-yard line. Going back down the left-hand sideline. At midfield, one man to beat. All the way back to the house. He's going to take it. Touchdown Bethune-Cookman. Touchdown Maroon and Gold. A 90-yard pick six. Johnny Harris has been the standout player today for Bethune-Cookman, and he continues to with that play.
Man, the Wildcats needed some type of break to hang their hat on, and, man, he just provided that. And so, just a little bit of relief for that play, but just a great break on the ball by Harris and then taking it 90 yards to the house.
At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota, let's go places. Lease a new 2024 Toyota RAV4 LE Hybrid for $359 a month for 36 months. Offer valid through November 4th, 2024. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. $36.58 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Taking a look at Bethune-Cookman's statistical leaders through 6 games, Cam Ransom is close to surpassing the 1,000-yard passing mark on the season, sitting just 32 yards short at 962 with 4 passing touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Cam is also the Cats' leading rusher, going for 153 yards and 5 touchdowns on the ground. Courtney Reese is the only other BCU rusher over 100 yards with 126, and the only Wildcat besides Cam Ransom with a rushing touchdown. He also has found the end zone once as a receiver. Freshman Dennis Palmer has only played in the last 2 games, but already has 72 yards rushing and is averaging a team-best 4.2 yards per carry. 6 BCU receivers are also over the 100-yard mark, led by Malik Huggins with 141, Lorenzo Jenkins with 138, and Kobe Stewart 129. Stewart is also one of 4 Bethune-Cookman players with a receiving touchdown, joining Omari Stewart, Courtney Reese, and Darnell Dees. On the defensive side, Raymond Woody III still leads the team in tackles with 46, despite not playing last week against Alabama A&M. His fellow safety, Antoine Watts, has jumped up into second with 37 after recording 6 stops in each of the last 2 games. Linebacker Kevin Washington Jr. is the only other Wildcat above 30 tackles with 31. The BCU defensive front has racked up 17 sacks on the season, and they're tied with Jackson State for the conference lead. Eduque Brown leads the team with 4 sacks, while Jefferson LaFontant and Jeremy Greaves each have 2. In the secondary, the Maroon and Gold will look to prey on a pair of Mississippi Valley quarterbacks who have combined to throw 15 interceptions in 6 games this season. Raymond Woodard III, Antoine Watts, Andrew Volmar, and Johnny Harris each have an interception on the year, with Harris taking one back to the end zone last week. It's getting close to kickoff time here at Itta Bena, so as we always do, let's take a closer look at the Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils in the Week 7 edition of the Opponent Report. Mississippi Valley State enters play this weekend as the only other winless SWAC team at 0-6 on the year and 0-2 in conference play. The Delta Devils are coming off back-to-back conference losses against Alcorn State and Alabama State with a bye week in between. The Delta Devils rank last of the conference in total offense and total defense. The Devils average 13.5 points per game and allow 48.3. They field the SWAC's worst rushing offense at 58 yards per game on the ground. The passing game has fared a bit better as they pass for 172 yards per game, the 8th best mark in the conference. But as I mentioned earlier, they have combined to throw 15 interceptions and have an overall turnover differential of -14. 2 quarterbacks have appeared in every game for Mississippi Valley. Sophomore Tijerian Williams lead the Delta Devils with 4 passing touchdowns on 50% completion with 8 interceptions. He's also the team's leading rusher, rushing for 104 yards on 69 attempts and 2 scores. His teammate, sophomore Jaden Sisk, has 1 more passing yard with 429 on 46% completion percentage and 6 interceptions. He's also run the ball 15 times for 39 yards. Well, as always, Johnny, when I'm prepping for these games, I do the statistical breakdown, and these teams are either 11th or 12th in most of the statistical categories in this conference. Yeah. So on paper, an even matchup. The Wildcats, I think, are looking for a better day on offense than they've had for the last couple of games.
Yeah, like I said earlier, you're looking to make sure that you minimize penalties and make sure that they do not negate the drives and the positive drives that you have. So ultimately, you're wanting Cam Ransom to be able to put together meaningful drives, complete passes, make sure that the offensive line gets in there, really being able to root out that defensive line and to establish their running game. So really we're looking for the Wildcats just to be able to put everything together to be able to pull out a win for this game today as we see both teams coming out onto the field.
All right, as the Mississippi Valley Delta Devils run onto the field right to left across your radio dial, they're in the all red today, the candy apple red helmets with the interlocking VS on the sides, red uniforms, green numbers, and a white trim, a green and white stripe down the pants. The Bethune-Cookman Wildcats, maroon helmet with a white stripe across the middle, Bethune on one side, numbers on the other. Gold jerseys for the Wildcats with maroon numbers with white trim, a maroon and white stripe on the sleeves, and unordained white pants for the Wildcats today. I will say it is a beautiful day here in Itta Bena, Mississippi. Mid-70s, not a cloud in the sky, just a little breath of wind as we get set for action here in Itta Bena at Rice-Totten Stadium. So many legends of the game of football have played here. I mean, Jerry Rice, obviously, Willie Totten, their names are on the building. Charles Prophet, who the field is named after. Somebody on the Wildcats needs to look up at those names on the scoreboard and say, I'm adding my name to the annals of history today.
Look, listen, whenever you hear the name Rice, specifically speaking of Jerry Rice, the Hall of Fame NFL receiver, this is where he did it, right? This is where he got his start before he went to the NFL. And so as a receiver, I want to be able to go out, have my best performance on the field where the greatest to ever do it, where he did it. So I would be excited, you know, to always play somewhere where Hall of Famers came before me.
We are just waiting for the kickoff. The coin toss has happened. We don't know who won the coin toss.
Mississippi Valley won the coin toss, elected to defer, so the
Wildcats will get the ball first.
Will get the ball first.
And I think that's important, right? Because we were talking on the way up here and also talking on Hail Wildcats Radio this week with Brian Harvey. If you haven't listened to the latest episode of Hail Wildcats Radio, it's up now on your favorite podcast platform. You can listen to it after the game or at halftime. That if the Delta Devils come out hot today and put 10, 14 points on us like they did against Alabama State last week, they ended up falling 57-17, but they put up 14 points in the first quarter. If the Wildcats come out flat today, it could be a long day. It's been a long day already. Had to leave the hotel in Jackson early, had a 2-hour drive to get down here. So there may be some tired legs already for the Wildcats as we are set to go. The Delta Devils, once again in the all-red, will kick right to left. Marco Jovicic is the kicker for Mississippi Valley, the native of Chicago. Back deep to receive. Darnell D stands at the 5-yard line.
And we're set. Homecoming.
Courtney Reese is also back there with him.
If you bleed green and white, let me hear you scream.
We're ready to rock. It's homecoming at Mississippi Valley, and the Wildcats look at a play spoiler. Hand in the air from Jovicic. The left-handed kicker addresses the ball. Maybe. Now he runs up to address the ball, and we are underway. Kick sails out the back of the end zone, and the Wildcats will come up to the 25-yard line. Cam Ransom leads this offense for the first time in quite a while, Johnny Vickers. It feels like the offensive line may have an advantage size-wise today. It's important to take advantage of that.
Well, like you said, especially based upon the records of both teams seem to match up very well. One of the things that has happened with the Wildcats is that we come out very quick, very strong at the beginning of the game, and then we seem to fall off. So hopefully that our offense can maintain the momentum and really just deliver the first blow to Mississippi Valley and to keep the momentum and win the game.
So the Wildcats will start at the 30, going left to right. Ransom will walk back to his shotgun formation. One receiver to the left, two receivers to the right. He'll take the snap, throw a screen to the right-hand side, trying to duck under a tackle and get maybe 2 yards is the receiver Malik Huggins, second down and 8.
Good pass by Cameron Ransom, just filling out the defense, positive yardage, and let's see what the Wildcat offense has for us now.
Now they'll go 2-by-2, ball on the left hash on 2nd and 8 after the gain of 2. One man in motion, fake the jet sweep. Cam tried to go up the middle and he fell down. He slipped to the backfield and got back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more. So it'll be 3rd down and 8 for Bethune-Cookman. But I don't hate the play call, but Cam just slipped there. The tackle was made by Donovan Parham.
Yeah, he lost his footing on that. He had the opening where he needed to go, but unfortunately he got over his base, is that what they would say.
Now on 3rd and 8, Wildcats on their own 32. 3 right, single left this time. Cam, the shotgun snap. Here comes the blitz. He's going to feel the pressure, roll to his left, looking for a man downfield. He's going to fire down the near sideline, and it is intercepted. A leaping, jumping interception by Deshari Keith, the native of Daytona Beach. The former Spruce Creek Hawk picks off the Wildcats at midfield, and Mississippi Valley has it.
And you know he's excited about this, to play the team from his hometown and to come in and get an interception on the first drive of the game. Really big for the Daytona Beach native.
Only the 4th interception for Mississippi Valley on the year. Only their 6th turnover gained. Mississippi Valley comes into the game with a negative 14 turnover differential, but now it's negative 13, and the Wildcats are going to have to play defense. And the quarterback will be Tajarian Williams, the sophomore out of Aliceville, Alabama. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left at the 42-yard line, going right to left. They're going to try and stretch the play to the right-hand side with their running back. The Wildcats knock him down after only 3-yard gain. That's Zamarian Kendall on the carry, the native of Memphis, Tennessee.
Great tackle by Watts, being able to fill the lane as they were trying to run the ball to the outside. Wildcats have great pursuit, and let's see if they can hold off the Delta Devils running attack.
They'll give them 4 up to the 45 going right to left. First possession for Mississippi Valley after a Cam Ransom interception on 3rd and 8. Williams in the shotgun, claps his hands, takes the snap, delayed handoff up the middle, hold a run through to the 50 near the Wildcat 45 and a first down for Zamarion Kendall.
Well, just like we've seen in the past from other teams, the Delta Devils are just running straight at the Wildcats. And so the Wildcats have to expect that these teams have been watching film of the other games we've played and that we've had trouble in that area. And so we see the Delta Devils are coming out, running straight downhill between the tackles, and the Wildcats are going to have to really come together to stop this run game.
Kendall doesn't have a rushing touchdown on the year, coming in with just 58 rushing yards. Here's the handoff to Kendall again. He's going to be wrapped up and slung down for a 2-yard loss. Malik Stinnett shot back there and made the stop.
Great tackle. Wildcats being very aggressive with their play calling on the defense and then just causing disruption, like I like to say, in the backfield with a tackle for loss.
So that'll back him up, only a 1-yard loss. So 2nd down and 11 for Mississippi Valley. They're at their Wildcat 47-yard line after starting on their own 40 and getting a first down. Williams in the pistol with Zamarion Kendall sidecar right, the running back. Trips to the left, tight to the line, receivers. Williams the pass for the first time. He goes deep down the left-hand side and throws it way into the Wildcat bench. Nice catch back by Steven Sparrow on the sideline for the Wildcats. Shame that didn't count at its 3rd and 11.
Look, we're hoping to see that happen on the field. On the field.
I mentioned in pregame, 15 interceptions thrown by this Valley team, a combination of Tijerian Williams and Jaden Sisk.
3rd down for the Wildcats, so hopefully we'll be able to get this stop and have to get the Devils in punting in 4th down territory.
All right, 4th and 11 from the 47 of BCU. One, the tight end in motion left to right across the formation. Williams, delayed handoff up the middle to Kendall. He's going to get contacted at the 41-yard line. He got 6, but he needed 11, and the Wildcats will get off the field. Unless they might go for it here. It is kind of no man's land at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the punt team is coming on the field just yet. So it looks like the coaches are sitting in the play call, and the offense stays on the field.
On the carry once again.
All right, Mississippi Valley 50% on 4th downs this year. 8 of 16, 4th and 5 from the 41. Wildcats stack the box. Now the linebackers back off as Williams looks to the sideline to get the play. 11.5 to go, first quarter, no score. First drive of the game for Mississippi Valley. Wildcat defense trying to get off the field here. Now Williams backs up into the gun. Trips left, now one man comes in motion left to right. Takes the snap, here comes the rush for the outside. It is an incompletion over the middle. The Wildcats rushed 6. There was a man wide open over the middle, the tight end Jackson Davis, but the pass was behind him, and the Wildcats will turn it over on downs.
Great stand by the Wildcats. You know, it's been real difficult, especially when we get into 4th down territory, that we've seen a lot of conversions on our defense because our defense is typically on the field for so long, but they were able to bend but not break there, and so hopefully the Wildcats offense can put something together and get the first score of the game.
I like Dallas Corbett on that 4th down play, causing Tijerian Williams to maybe get that ball out a little bit faster than he wanted to and cause the incompletion. So the Wildcats back on offense after Cam Ransom threw an interception on the BCU first drive. They're at the 41-yard line of their own, going left to right. Ransom back to pass. Good pocket. Over the middle. Slings it and it's caught at the 45-yard line of Mississippi Valley. First down, Bethune-Cookman. Malik Huggins on the curl comes back to make the catch.
Great pass and catch by Cam Ransom to Huggins, getting into the open area, and now Wildcats going tempo, back on the line.
Receivers stacked up 2 by 2. They fake the pass, run the ball up the middle with Dennis Palmer, and he's going to wrestle forward through a big crowd of candy red helmets and pick up about 4 yards to the 43-yard line of Mississippi Valley.
Palmer has been a real bright spot for the Wildcat offense coming in this point in the season and being able to make a few things happen on the ground for the Wildcats. So hopefully he can get established in this run game.
3 receivers to the right plus the tight end. Cam's going to keep it, trying to escape on the left-hand side. He's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, not a whole lot more, so he's run out of bounds. That play was pretty DOA. They tried a weak side quarterback run, and it didn't really work out.
No, because they know that Cam is just as deadly with his feet as he is his arm. They're always keying in on him to run. So hopefully we'll see what we can do to run some play action off of plays like that, RPOs and different
All right,
things like that.
3rd down and 6 for the Cats from the Valley 43. Ransom, here's the snap. Here comes the blitz. Cam escapes to his left, and he's going to be taken down. He throws the ball out of bounds as he was being taken down. There was nobody blocking the linebacker up the middle. Anthony Brown came in and almost had the sack, but good wherewithal by Cam to just chuck that one out of bounds.
Yeah, great heads-up play, getting out of the tackle box to be able to get rid of the ball so he wouldn't lose much yardage there. However, we were in third down territory, and the Wildcats are back on the field
and
ready to punt.
So the Wildcats won't go for it on fourth down. They'll try and pin the Devils deep. Anthony Frederick, who's been one of the Wildcats' best players this year, is out to punt. Nathan Rembert is back deep at his own 10-yard line to return the kick for Valley.
Frederick has been the MVP of special teams. I'll just say that.
Wildcats punting from the Delta Devil 43. It's a end-over-end punt. Going to land at the 10-yard line, take a Wildcat roll, and going to be down to the 2-yard line. A beautiful job by the up man there, and the Wildcats push the Delta Devils back to the shadow of their own goalpost.
Great kick by Frederick. Man, listen, he has been on his game. I got a chance to speak to him the other day, and I was just like, man, you've been having a heck of a season with these kicks, being able to pin these teams inside the red zone. And once again, the Wildcats have pinned them inside, on the 2-yard line, actually, on the 2-yard line. So hopefully the defense will be able to do something with this, put the pressure on the offense, cause a turnover, get us a score on the board.
Yeah. And so I want to shout out Stephen Peterman, who was the up man to down that ball to the 2-yard line. Really good job by the Wildcats special teams unit, as we will have a media timeout. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, the Wildcat defense will try and force a stop deep in Valley territory here on the CatEye Network Radio on 1380 WELE. Welcome back to Itabena, Mississippi and Bethune-Cookman University football. Let's have a quick word from Sergio's Pizza Kitchen, who's a proud sponsor of Bethune-Cookman football. You can take the pizza out of New York, but you can't take the New York out of the pizza. Stop by Sergio's and experience the flavors for yourself. Our recipe for success is simple: a generous dose of love paired with the freshest, highest quality ingredients. Thank you, Sergio's Pizza Kitchen. That's the public shopping center on Bevel and Clyde Morris. As we go back to action here at Rice-Totten Stadium, the Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils, after a great punt from Anthony Frederick, are backed up at their own 2-yard line, going right to left. 9:43 to go first quarter in a scoreless game. It's going to be a quarterback run off the right-hand side, gets back to the 2-yard line. Not a whole lot more. Maybe give him the 3. Good job on the interior of that defensive line. Adrian Hall made the stop for BCU, 2nd and 9 at the 3.
Typically, when you're in this type of position with your back to the goal line, you're just trying to give yourself a little bit of breathing room. So we can expect to try to see probably a few runs and then maybe a pass right here to see if they can't get themselves from this goal line.
Williams now back in the gun after being under center. He's going to hand the ball off to the right-hand side, trying to break contain. The Wildcats will shove him down at the 4-yard line. The offensive line could not hold that outside block. Great job by the Wildcats. Kevin Washington Jr. on the stop.
Great job by Dallas Corbett on the far side, just being able to make sure that the running back did not get outside of him, and his pursuit was able to come in.
Now 3rd and 7 from their own 5-yard line for Mississippi Valley. This would be huge for the Wildcats if they can get a stop down here.
Absolutely.
Try and win the field possession battle early in this contest, still in a scoreless game. Tajarian Williams still the quarterback. He's got his toes on the goal line with Kendall to his left. Three receivers to the right. Now one comes in motion. Williams looking for the screen. To Kendall. He's got it, plus a convoy at the 10, and he's going to be close to a first down. He'll get there at the 15. Ooh, 3rd and 7, and the Delta Devils break contain on that little screen pass.
Yeah. When you have a defense that has their ears pinned back and they're going to be pursuing the quarterback hard, great call by the Delta Devils right there to give themselves a new set of downs.
So 1st and 10 for Mississippi Valley from their own 15. The Wildcats still have a chance to have some good field position here if they can get a stop on this set of downs. 2-by-2, ball right hash. Williams clap, snap. Fake the handoff, throw a screen to the right side. Wide open is Nathan Rembert, their best receiver. He breaks arm tackles at midfield all the way down that left-hand sideline. Finally run out of bounds at the Bethune-Cookman 45. A 40-yard gain on just a little screen.
He ran an arrow route into the flat with a complimentary slant, and he was just open with the coverage that they were in, and was able to turn a small gain into a very big gain to get to midfield.
So Wildcats had them backed up at their own 2-yard line, and 5 plays later, the Wildcats are backed up. Mississippi Valley 1st and 10 at the BCU 46. Wildcats show pressure up the middle. They'll bring it. It's a lofted ball near sideline, incomplete.
Broken up.
One-on-one, Andrew Volmar knocked the ball out of the hand of Rembert.
Great play on the ball by Volmar. Last minute breakup by him. Wasn't playing the ball, was playing the receiver the whole way. Ball hit the receiver's hands. Volmar was able to hit the ball out the receiver's hands. So just great defensive breakup by Volmar on that play.
Yeah, they went for the one-on-one coverage because the Wildcats brought everybody up the middle.
Yes.
And a good job on the defensive side by Volmar. Now 2nd and 10 from the Wildcat 46, going right to left. 3 receivers in a triangle formation all the way to the right side numbers. Now a 4th will join them out of the backfield. That's DeFabian Fant, the running back. Diamond formation. Keeper up the middle for Williams. He's going to get to the 40 and to the 37-yard line, close to a first down. And it'll be 3rd down and 2 after an 8-yard pickup. Tajarian Williams is the best rusher on this Valley team at 104 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, the Valley's just trying to create matchup difficulties for the Wildcats right here, so they felt that they went bunch right. They were able to move some of the people from the middle of the field to the outside to create that so he could just rush the ball up the middle.
3rd and 2, low snap to Williams. He's going to be blown up, and flags fly everywhere. Wow.
Williams on the keeper, but wait a minute, there is a mark.
Looks like a false start.
They blew the play dead, so it is a false start on Mississippi Valley, and honestly, that's good for Valley because that play was DOA. The snap was low, down by Williams' feet. He was corralled in the backfield for a loss, and now they're going to have another shot at the 3rd down, be it 3rd down and 7 instead of 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, the Wildcats were in the position that they were at the far end of the field when they were down at the 2-yard line. Mississippi Valley was down at the 2-yard line, and so hopefully the Wildcats can redeem themselves here and put Valley back in 4th down territory.
6:21 to go, first quarter, no score. Wildcats trying to get off the field. 3rd and 7 for Valley from the BCU 43. Snap to Williams. He looks to throw. He's going to throw over the middle and way incomplete. The backfield crew was in there. Dallas Corbett and Eduque Brown in Williams' lap. All he could do was chuck it to nowhere, and it's 4th down.
Along with Oren Patu giving that pressure to the quarterback for that incomplete pass. So now Valley out to punt now with Huggins with his heels in the shadow of the end zone.
Yep. And the punter for Mississippi Valley is the sophomore from Orlando, Alexander Davis. Davis, the former UCF Knight, never played for the Knights in his freshman year. Played both kicker and punter for Valley last year. Remember him at the Daytona Stadium game between these two teams a season ago. He's going to stand at his own 42-yard line, a chance to pin the Wildcats very deep.
Play clock down to 2. Timeout, Valley.
Oh, and the head coach, Kendrick Wade, just came out and is giving his offense or a special teams unit a lot of grief right now. That obviously was not the play.
Yeah, I mean, you can win and lose games through special teams, and ultimately there was someone who ran onto the field late for for Delta, and he's looking like, hey, we call punting, why aren't you on the field? And so ultimately that was a 30-second timeout because they're coming back on the field. But when they call for punting, you got to have your ears open to get out on that field.
Valley punting it back to the Wildcats with 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go first quarter in a scoreless contest. I think that's Darnell Dees back to receive the punt. No, it's Malik Huggins, my apologies. At the 5-yard line of Bethune-Cookman left to right. Here's the punt. Rolling right is Davis. He's going to punt it away. It's got a nice backward spiral to it, and it's fair caught by Huggins at the 8-yard line. So the Wildcats will be back inside their own 10, just like Mississippi Valley was. And now here comes Cam Ransom and the boys again.
Is there a flag on the field?
I do not see one.
I see one about the 7-yard line.
Oh, yes, I see it. I'm not sure what the flag could be. It was a fair catch. I don't think it was fair catch interference.
Well, we're about to see because the head referee is headed over to the Mississippi Valley State side. Oh, man.
Oh, wow. So it's going to be 4th down again for Valley, and now it's going to be 4th and 2 again because the Wildcats had 2 players wearing number 9 on the field.
Wow. And this is one of the what can hurt you with double numbers, right?
And we've seen some wild penalties go against the Wildcats this season to just kill the momentum.
Oh my
I wouldn't be surprised if Valley goes for this now.
Yeah, it looks like they probably are coming back out with their offense with just it being 4th and 2 now. That is the first time we've had that penalty this season, and this is the first time I've actually ever, for me, this is the first time I've actually ever seen the penalty. But you know, it's bound to happen, especially when you are you have the double numbers. Now Malik, I don't think he's back there all the time for returning punts. It's usually Courtney Reese, Darnell Dees. But those are just the type of things that you have to be aware of, and you can't let those type of things. Those are just mental errors that cannot happen when you are on the football field.
And I think that has to be on the coaching staff to know that we're going to have someone who's not usually returning punts back there, and somebody with a double number's got to not be on the hands team at that point.
Yeah, so right there, that's just a mental error that shouldn't happen. It's either that or you just don't have double numbers anymore. Mm-hmm. That's the only way that you can avoid that.
I'm in favor of that. No more double numbers.
You have the numbers 1 through 0 now, 0 through 99. Pick whatever you want from there, but the double numbers, if you don't have double numbers, then guess what? You can avoid those type of things.
Football is back at the beach. You can get your tickets at the BCU box office and Ticketmaster.com. It's homecoming next week, Saturday, October 26th, as the Jackson State Tigers come to town. Call the ticket office today at 386-481-2465. That's 386-481-2465, or visit Ticketmaster.com. So we shall see what Valley does as they come out of the huddle. The offense is on the field on 4th and 2.
Yep. Yep. And
so Valley's already been in this situation once, and they didn't get it.
They didn't get it.
In this exact same spot.
It was a pass play, and so I wouldn't be surprised if
we're going to have to change the football out. So it was 4th and 7. The Delta Devils punted. The Wildcats had 2 players wearing number 9 on the field. That's a 5-yard penalty. Now it's 4th and 2, and the offense is on the field for Mississippi Valley. Tajirian Williams is there. Running back Zamarion Kendall, 3 receivers in the pattern, 2 right, single left. And flags fly everywhere as the Wildcats are offsides. First down, Valley.
First down. And that was on the cornerback, Volmer. He's the one who jumped. He got excited when on the hard count of the quarterback, and guess what he did? He reached across the neutral zone to try to jam the receiver.
Unbelievable.
And it gives Valley the first down.
So the Wildcats were off the field. They were done. But a double number penalty and a offsides penalty give Valley a first down without them even having to try, and it's now 1st and 10 from the 34 for Mississippi Valley of Bethune-Cookman going right to left.
We have to avoid penalties. We have to avoid these mental errors.
And that's 2 bad ones back to back. Williams going to keep up the middle, tripped up at the 30-yard line. They'll give him the 29, a 5-yard gain. Correction, they'll give him the 30, a 4-yard gain. That little quarterback draw has been kind of frustrating the defense a little bit.
Great stop by Washington on the tackle with the fake pitch, and then the quarterback trying to get up the middle, just being there, being able to make an open field tackle.
2nd and 6 after the gain of 5, right on the 30-yard line. Volmar sends the receiver in motion. He's going to pop pass it over the middle, and Davis can't come up with it. It was a little bit ahead of him. He tried to stick his hand out, one-hand style. That would have been a touchdown if he could haul it in, but it was a little bit in front of him. That was an interesting play. They sent the running back out in the formation. Williams looked like he was going to put his head down and run and then just jump past it right at the line of scrimmage, and the pass was incomplete.
Absolutely. He was trying to make the defense commit to the run with the tight end going out for the pass. Almost had it. Put a little bit too much spice on that ball, weren't able to complete it. We're in 3rd down territory.
Now 3rd and 6 in the 30. Wildcats need to get off the field here. Williams, 3 receivers to aim at, 2 right, single left. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and crunched is Zamarian Kendall at the 28-yard line. My goodness, what a hit by Adrian Hall.
Man, what a hit. What a hit. That's just the type of things that you want to see. Still the aggression of the Wildcats defense, and now we're in 4th down territory, and it looks like
field goal.
The Devils will be kicking a field goal.
So Marko Jovicic is going to come out to attempt his season-long field goal. His long previously is 43. This one is from 45. What little wind there is at his back going right to left. So the Delta Devils trying to get on the board first here, 4:40 and counting to go first quarter. He gets the kick away. It is spinning backwards, and it is good. So a new season long for the senior from Chicago, Illinois, and Mississippi Valley State jumps in front 3-0 with 4 minutes and 31 seconds to go in the first quarter. We'll take a break and be right back. Wildcats on the ball next here on 1380 WELE and CatEye Network Radio. Well, Mississippi Valley State drives from their own 2-yard line to the Bethune-Cookman 30 and kicks a 45-yard field goal to take a 3-0 lead with 4:31 to go here in the first quarter from Rice-Totten Stadium, Chuck Prophet Field in Itta-Bena, Mississippi. Michael Turillo, Johnny Vickers, excuse me, with you for Wildcats football as the Wildcats search for their first win of the year, and it ain't going to be a gimme like it has been in previous years against this Valley team.
At all. One of the things I will say, give it up to the defense for them to only give up 3 points on that drive after those 2 major penalties put them in a very bad situation, but they were able to come out of it pretty much fairly unscathed. And so we'll be getting the ball back here with Valley kicking off, and hopefully we'll be able to do something with it.
Jovicic kicking right to left after his season-long field goal of 45 yards gave the Delta Devils a 3-0 lead. 4:31 to go first quarter here from Itabena, Mississippi. Jovicic approaches it, and his left foot puts it in the air. It's a high, short kick, fielded at the 5-yard line. The Wildcats are going to bring it out right up the middle. Nowhere to go at the 19-yard line. Darnell Dees is stood up and dropped by a wave of candy red helmets. First man to him was Chauncey Triplett.
It seems like the Devils covered their lanes very well, running down on coverage. So they were able to make sure that they minimized any type of damage that Darnell Dees could possibly cause, with the Wildcats taking over with this drive after their field goal.
Cam Ransom under center, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the 20-yard line. He sends a man in motion left to right, jet sweep, and a break and tackle. 20, 25, makes another tackle in the open field, 30, and down to the 32-yard line, a 12-yard scamper on the jet sweep for the Wildcats. Corey Turner, nice play.
Looks like the Wildcats are trying to open up the playbook a little bit with Cam Ransom going under center, not from the shotgun, getting a jet sweep and being able to pick up a first down off the first play of this drive.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 32. Ransom now back in the shotgun. He's going to hand the ball off to Palmer, running left, has a lane, breaks the tackle, 40, in the open field, and he's just dragged down from behind right at the midfield stripe. Dennis Palmer, he's got those legs churning.
Palmer almost took it to the house, was one man away, and got brought down from behind. And the Wildcats are moving that tempo. This is really good to see.
1st and 10, Wildcats.
Ransom back under center now. He's going to hand the ball off. No play action. No bounce. It is Palmer. I'm all sorts of confused. Palmer fights through arm tackles and gets about 3 yards off left tackle. 2nd down and 7 to the Valley 47-yard line. Second trip into plus territory for Bethune-Cookman here in this first quarter. 3:15 and counting left.
Great job just trying to establish this run game, and the offensive line just delivering the blow for positive yards.
I like the fact that we're just trying to run downhill.
Yeah.
Trying to get a hat on a hat, say, I'm going to beat you. Ransom fakes the pitch, goes deep over the middle, and he overthrows Thomas Nance and incomplete.
Great play call to try to get the ball to the tight end. Just overthrew the tight end by a bit.
Well,
but we still.
The tight end was double covered. I don't agree with that throw. It looked like Route 1 with no option on that play.
Well, if he was able to hit the tight end in stride, he would have been able to get it to him, because, targeting calls.
Quick 3rd and 7 now for the Wildcats from the Valley 37, or 47, excuse me. Play clock winding down. Ransom changes the play at the line, now backs up into the shotgun. 2-by-2 the receivers. Ransom the snap. Here comes the blitz. He's going to throw a screen to Palmer left-hand side, and Palmer gets hit back at the 50-yard line, loses 3 yards, and it's 4th down. Again, we get momentum at the start of drives, and we just can't contain it, and one incompletion means it's 3rd and long, and that's the end of the drive.
One of the things that I've seen is that a lot of the times when we're getting stopped is that we're running sideline to sideline versus downhill.
And where did we have success on that drive? Downhill. And we stopped going to it.
Downhill.
So now Anthony Frederick back on to punt again. He's at his own 35-yard line.
The MVP of the team.
Nathan Rembert back at his own 10. Last time Frederick punted, he put Valley State at the 2. Frederick rolls to his left. He's going to get that ball in the air. It's going to be fair caught. Not a great kick by Frederick. At the 16-yard line is where they will spot it. And Valley up 3-0 with 2:06 to go first quarter is going to have another chance on offense.
I mean, we were having success with the run game, just going downhill, and I don't know. We went for an attempt with a pass to the tight end. I think the play calling was good. I think it was when we stopped trying to take those risks down the field. I think that's when it starts to hurt us, that we have to be able to try to go downfield with these passes. We have to.
Tijerian Williams and the Mississippi Valley offense back on the field. New running back in the game, DeFabian Fant, the senior out of Greenwood, Mississippi, is back there. And under center now goes Tijerian Williams for the first time today. So the Wildcats throw out some under center. Here comes Williams under center, takes the snap, fakes the handoff. It's going to be a jet sweep running left on a reverse. And Steven Sparrow makes a great open field tackle for no gain.
Man.
He was one-on-one with the hole and won the battle.
One-on-one. The running back thought he had him beat because he had gotten by him just a little bit, but Steve with the shoestring tackle to be able to avoid a big gain. I mean, great play by Steven. Sparrow just has a nose for the ball. So great play by him.
They gave him one on the jet sweep to reverse to Cameron Nelson, 2nd and 9 from the 18-yard line for Mississippi Valley. They'll hand the ball off, inside handoff left, big hole up the right-hand side, close to a first down, goes DeFabian Fant. It'll be 3rd down and 1 at the 26-yard line.
Wildcats back in 3rd down territory for Valley. But 3rd and short, so we can expect Valley probably to run the ball again because they've been having success running the ball.
I think every team this year has run that little inside trap against us, and it's gone for 5 to 10 yards every time.
I mean, whether it's the inside trap or just running in between the tackles downhill, they've been having success.
All right, so 3rd and 1 for Valley from their own 26, and the snap goes over the head of the quarterback. He corrals it. He runs around the left-hand side. He's going to get a first down in traffic. Still on his feet somehow at the 39-yard line. That's unbelievable. He got 10, 12 yards off of that. And the snap was over his head. He barely got a fingertip to it.
He did. Man,
wow.
Look, sometimes when certain things bounce your way, it was normally with something like that, a bad snap, typically the defense is on top of them real quick. The defense got to him, except the offensive line, guess what they didn't stop doing? They didn't stop blocking. They kept doing the thing that they were supposed to do. And when you do the things that you're supposed to do, good things will happen.
1st and 10 for Valley from their own 39 after the big pickup on 3rd and 1 on the improvisation of Williams. Williams fakes the handoff. He's got pressure in his face. He's going to be torn down at the 31-yard line. That gives Bethune-Cookman the sack lead in the SWAC. Dallas Corbett with a big hit.
Man, what a needed sack. That was needed at this time. Great defensive stand by the Wildcats.
Loss of 5 on the play, I think, depending on where they spot it. And that's the end of the first quarter. So it'll be 2nd down and 15 for Mississippi Valley when we come back. 3-0 Delta Devils over Wildcats here in Itta-Bena, Mississippi. You'll hear the second quarter when we come back. This is Bethune-Cookman University football on the CatEye Network Radio and 1380 WELE. Second quarter on tap here from Rice-Tutton Stadium in Itta Bena, Mississippi. It's the Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils 3, the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats nothing as we start the second quarter. But the Wildcats, after a big sack by Ebenezer DeBula right at the end of the first quarter, have Mississippi Valley State backed up, second down and 15 from their own 32-yard line. Michael Torello, Johnny Vickers calling all the action for you from the press box here at Rice-Tutton.
Second and 17.
Second and 17 officially. Going left to right now are the Delta Devils in this second quarter. And as we begin, Tajarian Williams has 3 receivers to the right, single left. The running back also in the flat to the left. They run a screen left side. It's caught, and with the speed of Nathan Rembert, he gets up to the 44-yard line. It gains about 10 yards and puts the Delta Devils in third and manageable here, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, you got to keep an eye on Rembert, man. Listen, he's a speedster, and they're going to try to get him the ball. So you have to always key in on where he is. Great play calling by Valley there just to give them a little space in third down territory. 3rd
and 6 at their own 44 going left to right. Nathan Rembert, another Florida kid from Eustis.
Hey, about an hour up the road.
Yep. 3rd and 6 now. Williams with Kendall sidecar left. One man in motion right to left, makes 3 on the left-hand side. He's going to look that way. Pocket collapses. Williams escapes, pitches it over the middle, and it's caught at the 50-yard line. First down, Valley. It's Rembert again into Wildcat territory at the 47.
Yeah, just making things happen with his feet. Pocket collapses, extending the play. The receiver just knowing how to settle in the soft spots of the defense and was able to make something happen, give themselves a new set of downs.
Wildcats had 2nd and 17, and they still pick it up, this Valley. And I called it with during the timeout with our director, Larry Steele, back in the studio. Here's 1st and 10. Play action over the middle. Incomplete. Great hit by the corner. It's Volmar again. He's been so good covering Cameron Nelson one-on-one.
Another pass breakup. Just great. Just outside the hands of Watts with the pass, and Volmar was just a great pass defense on that particular play.
Volmar, the transfer from Louisiana Monroe. He had 2 passes defended, credited coming into the game. He's already got 2 in this one. 2nd and 10 from the Wildcat 47. High snap. Williams over the middle, batted down. Ooh. He was looking for the tight end, Jackson Davis. And Antoine Watts almost picked that off, but he batted that down like a volleyball player at the net.
Man, look, he was that close to being intercepted and going the other way. The Wildcats are really trying to get pressure on the Valley quarterback and make something happen to get this ball back for the offense.
Now 3rd and 10. Wildcats bring in Trey Pastor, who only came back from injury last game in the middle of that defense. 3 receivers on the right-hand side now. Snap to Williams. He's going to roll that way. He's going to try and screen it, and it's incomplete. He tried to set up the screen to the running back to Fabian Fant. The Wildcats were all over it. Malik Stinnett blew it up, and it's 4th down.
Wildcats looking like they're moving with a little bit of urgency now, moving with a little bit of aggression now, just causing all type of disruption in the backfield, and they're flying to their responsibilities. This is what you want to see from the defense, because the defense knows that ultimately this game is going to be put on their back, so they have to do something.
Hey, big ups on that last play to freshman Dairo Melendez from Miami with the quarterback pressure on that one, just coming straight up the middle.
I mean, hey, you got to get it done some way or another. You have to get it done, and that's pretty much what this team has to look for. We have to get it done. It doesn't matter how we got to do it. We just have to get the job done.
Alex Davis punting for Mississippi Valley, left to right at his own 38-yard line. Malik Huggins is back at his own 5, and all sorts of whistles and stoppages of play on the snap. I don't see a flag.
Yeah, back. Delay of game.
Delay of game. Didn't get the snap off, so it'll back him up 5 more yards.
I can tell you what didn't happen that time.
There were 2 number 9s on the field?
Exactly. I can tell you that much.
Listen, if that happens again the rest of the season, I will be absolutely stunned.
Livid. I can tell you that much. There were not double numbers on the field at the same time.
So now Davis backed up at his own 33. Huggins still at the 10-yard line. Low snap. Davis gets it away. It's a bullet line drive kick.
Oh, he's returning this.
Huggins stumbles, stays on his feet at the 5, up to the 15, up the middle, hit from behind, and lost the football. Near the 30-yard line. I think the Wildcats still have it.
Yes, the Wildcats still have the
All
ball.
right, so the Wildcats still have the football. Huggins fumbled it and got it right back.
Shoestring tackle.
I was seeing shades of last week where he fumbled a kickoff.
No, he didn't fumble the ball.
No,
he didn't fumble it.
The Valley sideline erupted like he had fumbled it.
Oh, no, he didn't. It was a shoestring tackle that they got on him because that was about to be a big return.
Yep. All right, here we go. Ransom and company back on the field at their own 30-yard line, going right to left. 13-18 to go, second quarter. Valley up 3-0 in this SWAC contest on Saturday afternoon. Ransom hands the ball off. It's going to be Courtney Reese making a jump cut for 1 yard, maybe 2, up the middle of the field. He's tackled right there by DeAndre Clark on the stop for Mississippi Valley.
Wildcats going tempo, getting back up on the line.
We need to continue to try to run the ball downhill. But we go 5 wide now. Empty set for Cam. Nance in motion left to right. Cam quarterback draw, and he's got nowhere to go. He maybe got 3 yards. Actually, he spun forward for a couple of more, but it's going to be 3rd down and 4 from the 37 of the Wildcats.
Wildcats back in 3rd down territory. I think we'll more than likely see a pass. We should see a pass here. And so hopefully this will open up for the Wildcats to get a new set of downs.
They bring Dennis Palmer back in as the running back. Just a single receiver to each side. 1 tight end on either side of the line now on 3rd and 3. Handoff, Palmer looking for a lane. He's going to find one to the 42-yard line. First down, Bethune-Cookman.
Great. Listen, let me tell you who made that play work. The offensive line. Great surge and push up front by the big boys, being able to get Palmer that yardage that we needed to keep this drive alive.
Left guard, Antoine Wells with a big block, too.
Great job, offensive line.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats on their own 42, looking at the 3-0 deficit here. Full house in the backfield. They're going to hand the ball off weak side to Courtney Reese, and he's going to be run down, no gain on the play. I don't like the weak side run call. I know it can work, but when the opposing defense knows about it, it just doesn't work. Anthony Brown, another tackle for Valley.
Well, what happened there was the backside guard pulled. It was a counter play, and we didn't get a hat on the backside linebacker. And so ultimately, he's the one who blew up that particular play. It was a good play call, except we just didn't get their man on the backside.
2nd and 10. Wildcats still have not thrown a pass on this drive from their own 42. 1 man in motion. Fake the jet sweep. Flags fly everywhere. Play blows dead. Looks like the Wildcats were false starting.
Dude. Great play call.
Yeah. So it was like fake the jet sweep to one tight end and then throw it on the seam to the other tight end. But it's a false start, and they're going to back the Wildcats up.
Great play call by the Wildcats on that play, but once again, a penalty stalls the drive.
Third penalty on the Wildcats.
Listen, I'm seeing the offensive line. They're saying, hey, get behind us. We're going to make something happen. The offensive line is really getting into this game. So hopefully now the Wildcats are in a position where this does not stall us out, and we have to give the ball back up. 2nd
down and 15 for the Wildcats, back up at their own 37-yard line. Palmer in motion out to the right-hand side. Cam looks to run, has a blocker and space to the 45 to the 50 left-hand side. Stiff arms a man, and finally is run out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Cam Ransom is a man's man with a big 25-yard carry.
Great run, great blocking up front. Cam getting it done with his feet. Offensive line back on the line, really wanting to make this thing happen. Wildcats moving with some urgency with 10 minutes, 47 seconds left on the clock.
Ball spotted at the 36 of the Delta Devils. Stacked up 2 by 2 are the receivers. Ransom, screen pass, near side to Huggins. He's going to be tiptoeing the sideline and get it out of bounds. A gain of 1 up to the 35.
Wildcats really trying to get tempo here, trying to keep Valley off balance to maintain this momentum that they have on this offensive drive.
2nd and 9 at the Delta Devil 35, attacking the end zone to listeners left. Jet sweep. No, Cam keeps up the middle space. Makes a tackle at the 30, dives forward to the 29-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
Another quarterback keeper. I would have liked to see Cam turn up the field a little bit sooner instead of heading parallel straight to the sideline. He had a lane that he could have gained probably about 3 to 4 more yards toward the end of that run for a 1st down.
3rd and 3 for the Cats. It's been mostly the run on this drive to get the Wildcats down to the 29-yard line. Handoff, Palmer up the middle, puts his shoulder in the chest of the defender. He's going to be short by a yard.
Looks like Fourth down. We're in fourth down territory.
4th and 1. Wildcats keeping the offense on the field, it appears. This is an aggressive call by Coach Woody.
Yep, going too tight end.
With a gain of a yard. It'll be 4th down.
4th and 1 for the Wildcats as they are 5 of 12, 41% on 4th downs this year. Delta Devils stack the box. There's a one-on-one matchup on the near side if they want to throw. They give it to Palmer, right tackle. First down to the 26. Great job by Dennis Palmer.
First down. Just great hard running downhill by Palmer. Great job by the offensive lineman being able to give him that yardage that he needs.
They have not moved the chains yet.
The drive alive.
The Wildcats just trying to get set back up, but they have not moved the chains yet. Everybody on the Valley sideline pointing, and it looks like he's short. That's unbelievable.
Referee timeout, probably for a measurement.
An official timeout.
And now we're going to measure. What a great pancake block by Antoine Wells, who pulled from the left side of the line to the right. They initially spotted it like 2 yards past the line to gain.
Yeah.
So we are now reviewing if the Wildcats, that's a terrible spot.
No,
they're bringing out the chains. That's not where he was. I agree with you.
If this is short, that's not where he was.
That is.
Wait.
It's close. It's very close to on the spot. They're looking right at the nose of that football. First down Wildcats by a 16th of an inch.
Man, look. Woo. I mean, I don't think they say football is a game of inches. That was a little bit less than an inch.
I said 16th of an inch.
Man, look. you can't get any more close than that.
All right, first down Bethune-Cookman. They'll spot the ball at the Delta Devil 26-yard line, attacking the end zone to listeners left. 8:48 to go, third quarter, 3-0 Valley. And a little bit of a delay as both teams get set back up after the official review. Ransom alone, 4 receivers in the formation. Now make it 5 as the tight end goes wide. It's going to be a Ransom quarterback draw. Lost the football. Valley recovers at the 20. It popped right into the hands of the Mississippi Valley linebacker.
Fumble.
Dietrich Jones with the fumble recovery. Ransom ran right up the middle. The ball just popped straight out of his hands.
The same quarterback draw that they ran 3 times on this drive. They ran it again, more up the middle this time, and somebody just got a helmet on the ball. It looked like it just slipped right out of his hands and right into the hands of the defensive lineman right there. I mean, it's something where you have to hold on to the ball. You cannot have turnovers and win football games.
Nothing going right for the Wildcats this season. Just nothing. 1st and 10 Valley from their own 20. Hijerian Williams hands the ball off. Nowhere to go for the running back.
Stop by the Wildcats.
The defensive line. The ball came out. The Wildcats said they have the ball.
Almost.
No, they do not.
Almost.
But again, great job by that front 7 for Bethune-Cookman. Educate Brown in there, Malik Stinnett. Jeremy Greaves also a part of the action.
Woo. That was close. Wildcats close to getting that ball back.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for the Delta Devils from their own 20 after Cam Ransom fumbled the ball. The running back is DeFabian Fant, I believe. He is sidecar left to Chajarian Williams. Wide receiver in motion left to right. Jet sweep on the left-hand side. Pulled down after a gain of about 5 to the 26-yard line. Cameron Nelson on the jet sweep. Stopped by Steven Sparrow.
Give us to Cameron Nelson.
And now it's going to be 3rd down and 5 right at the 25-yard line.
3rd and 5.
Great stop by the Wildcats. Valley got a few positive yards on that, but just great being able to bear down to make sure that
count the tight ends in this formation.
Man, look.
Everybody tight to the line. On 3rd and 5, one man comes in motion. They're going to try and run the wheel route. Pass over the middle is caught by the tight end right near the first down marker, but he's going to be ripped down. Forward progress will give him the first down at the 30-yard line.
I would like to see a replay on that.
I think he got it. He got it.
1st and 10, Mississippi Valley.
That's the tight end, Jackson Davis, the sophomore at Glen Heights, Texas.
Yeah, he got it.
He had a nice touchdown catch last week against Alabama State. right over the middle of the field on a post.
Yeah, just a great, you know that you need 5 yards, you get 6.
1st and 10 for Valley from their own 30. They'll hand the ball off, room to run, off left tackle, and up to the 36-yard line, a gain of 6.
The Wildcats have to know, in the SWAC, you cannot arm tackle. You cannot arm tackle these running backs. They run through, and they are trained, and they practice running through arm tackles. You have to put a hat on the hat in this league. Arm tackles do not work.
Another Florida kid, Jacoby Thomas from Orlando, is the running back now in the game for Mississippi Valley, wearing number 5 and that big white sleeve on his right arm.
Amen.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. For Valley, snap goes over the quarterback's head. Williams, it's still loose at the 30-yard line.
It's still
a big scramble for the ball back near the 20.
Wildcats are signaling that they have the ball. Let's see what we got.
No signal yet. No signal yet. Wildcat
football.
Bethune-Cookman football. That's the second bad snap that Tigerian Williams has had to handle. This time he couldn't handle it, and the Wildcats sprint back there and pick up the football.
The Wildcats in great territory. So hopefully we'll be able to take advantage of the defense's hard work and put this ball in the end zone.
What did we say in the pregame, Johnny? Hey. This Valley team turns the ball over, and you have to be ready to deal with that.
Listen, and I got some other news for you. We have a new quarterback in the game.
Is it Bowens?
Luke Sprague.
Luke Sprague, all right. Luke Sprague in the game for the Wildcats as they take over after the fumble at the Valley 21, almost in the red zone here.
This is going to be a whole change in dynamic in the offense.
Sprague hands to Palmer, trying to run off the right-hand side. He trucks a man, and he's going to be wrestled back to the ground. Forward progress giving him to the 17-yard line.
Looks like we have a Wildcat on the ground.
Defensive backfield.
Looks like Tico.
Oh, wow. And he is struggling to get up.
Tico is down.
And the weakest part of this offensive line loses another big key piece in the big freshman Tico Schultz.
I mean,
the Miami Central product.
I got a chance to meet Tico during camp, and I just love his attitude and his outlook to the game. He's just a great kid who you would love to build off of.
2nd and 6, Wildcats in the red zone after recovering the Valley fumble at the 17-yard line. Luke Sprague in the game. He takes the snap. He's going to hand the ball off. Jump cut in the backfield. Dennis Palmer inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line. Just run straight down the middle.
Listen, great play call. It just opened up like the Red Sea. Red Sea for Palmer. Oh, Wildcats back on the line.
They're going tempo here. 1st and goal at the 5. Hand off Palmer again. Off tackle left. He's stretching for the goal line. He's going to be down to the 2.
Wildcats are really, I mean, it looks like the offense have been given a little bit new life now that Sprague has come into the game.
And he hasn't thrown a pass, but
he hasn't thrown one pass.
Just the threat of him throwing has backed the linebackers up.
I can't wait till he starts throwing.
2nd and goal from the 2. Sprague, handoff. Palmer pushing through. Oh, he lost the yard. Good job by the Valley defense, and it's going to be, he got back to the 2-yard line, 3rd and goal from the 2. You got to give him a different look here.
Yeah, it was just but a great defensive stand by Valley. You got to give credit to where credit is due. No game, but hey, you know what? I think that the Wildcats are going to have something here. Just a great drive here to be able to get these points on the board.
3rd and goal from the 2. Sprague under center. Palmer behind him. The give is to Dennis Palmer. He's stacked up short.
Wow.
He got nothing from his offensive line. And I'm going to tell you this right now. When we've had success running the ball, it's been off tackle to the right. The last 3 times, they've run off tackle to the left and haven't gotten the same push.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. This is mano-a-mano down here. It's whoever wants it more. And it doesn't look like Coach Woody is going to bring on
the field goal unit.
Fourth
and goal from the 2. 3:48 to go first half. Wildcats trying to take the lead. They bring in Marcus Velez to block. It's a touchdown. Luke Sprague dive over the top for a touchdown Bethune-Cookman. Touchdown maroon and gold. Luke Sprague comes in, gets the score, and the Wildcats go on top with 3.5 until halftime.
Way to not be denied on that goal line. Way to not be denied and to finish off this drive. You had to capitalize on this takeaway from the Wildcats. You had to. And Luke Sprague came into the game, and we were able to put 6 points on the board.
I'll tell you, I feel for Dennis Palmer. They're trying to get him his first collegiate touchdown. It'll come, big fella. It'll come.
It'll come. You got to just give it a little bit of patience, and everything. When you're doing what you're supposed to do, those things come. Those things come in due time.
All right, so Cade Hector, for the first time today, is on the field to attempt the extra point. He had 2 extra points, well, 1 extra point block, 1 extra point miss last week against Alabama A&M. So it's been a kicking adventure for Cade Hector this season. Low snap, but a kick is good. So with 3:37 to go in the second quarter, it's Bethune-Cookman 7, Mississippi Valley 3. The Wildcats drive down into the red zone, turn the ball over with a fumble. Then they give the ball back to the Devils. 3 plays later, they fumble. The Wildcats bring in Luke Sprague. Dennis Palmer, engine number 34, gets him all the way down to the 2. And on 4th and goal, Luke Sprague dives over the top for a touchdown. 3:37 to go till halftime. We'll keep it right here so I can tell you about Hail Wildcats Radio. Do you love Bethune-Cookman University sports? Of course you do. Then don't miss Hail Wildcats Radio, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of all 15 Wildcat sports programs. Hosted by voice of the Wildcats Michael Trevello and featuring the expertise of sports information directors Bryce Roynowski and Brian Harvey, Hail Wildcats Radio delivers unparalleled coverage of your favorite teams. Tune into 1380 WELE Daytona Beach every Saturday, an hour before a football game, to catch the show live, or listen anytime on your favorite podcast platforms. We got halftime coming up. You can catch the first 15 minutes of the show, go back and listen to the rest later. We have a good time. Me, Brian, and Bryce have a good time bringing that show to you every single week. And maybe we have something positive to talk about this week. There's still a long way to go. But I wanted you to talk, Johnny, specifically about how different the offense looks with Luke Sprague at the helm as opposed to Cameron Ransom.
Well, when you get Sprague into the game, and this even happened last year versus Savannah State when he came in, it was just like the offense had a different type of energy about them, right? When you have to be able to account for Sprague's arm. And the thing about it is not a lot of teams have seen him play thus far because he had gotten injured early in the season. But you do bring in that passing threat. And it just seemed like the offensive line had a little bit more oomph to them, being able to, what I like to say, reset the line of scrimmage, right? To make sure that they can make that new line of scrimmage 2 or 3 yards further downfield after the snap. And so if the offensive line continues to do that, if we can continue to get behind Sprague and what he's doing, I think we will see continued success in this game.
Let's take 10 seconds. Station ID. This is Bethune-Cookman University football on CatEye Radio Network. Wildcats 7, Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils 3. Coming to you live from the press box here at Rice-Totten Stadium, Charles Chuck Prophet Field in Adabita, Mississippi. Homecoming for Mississippi Valley State. Michael Terrell, Johnny Vickers bringing you the broadcast live. And for the first time in a long time, the Wildcats have a lead in the football game. For the first time since Clark, Atlanta, we have a lead in a football game, 7-3 with 3.5 to go in the first half. Cade Hector kicks it off. It's going to be into the left-hand corner, brought out from the 5-yard line up to the 15-20, and brought down near the 30-yard line is Kendrick Ross for Mississippi Valley. And now the defense got to go back to work.
1st and 10.
Yeah. Now, while the defense got the ball back and they weren't on the field they weren't off the field for very long, the Wildcats were at least able to capitalize to put the ball in the end zone. So the defense, their mindset right now is, let's come out here, let's do it again.
I want to see the front 7 continue to get after it.
Yeah. Absolutely. They're causing all type of havoc in the backfield for Valley. So let's hope they continue to have that same energy and same drive.
Tajarian Williams, the big 6'3", 240 quarterback, is back in the shotgun for Valley. 3 receivers to the short side right, 1 receiver to the left on 1st and 10 from the 25.
Yes.
Williams going, one-on-one coverage, deep left-hand side, and it is overthrown and incomplete. And no flags.
No flags.
Nice coverage by Johnny Harris. He was one-on-one with Jackson Davis.
Yeah, Mississippi Valley's head coach did not see it that way. He felt that his receiver got held. However, the official was looking at, was that ball catchable?
I don't think it was. It was out of bounds.
It was not catchable.
All right, 2nd and 10 for Mississippi Valley. Ball is officially spotted at the 27-yard line of the Delta Devils. They go left to right in the all candy red helmets, jersey, pants, with green numbers and a white trim, a green and white trim down the sides as well. Wildcats in the gold jerseys, maroon helmets, and white pants with maroon numbers and a white stripe on the shoulders. They bring the tight end in on the right-hand side of the line on 2nd and 10. They bring the man in motion, jet sweep to the short side of the field. Fant's got to actually keep it. Williams, got to keep it. Spin through for about 6 yards to the 33-yard line, brings up 3rd and 4.
Just a great misdirection type play. You run those type of plays where motion goes one way and the ball goes the other way to get the offense, get the defense off balance to create matchup problems. Did a great job, got plus yardage, but the Wildcats were able to make sure that the damage wasn't too much.
3rd and 4 for Mississippi Valley from their own 33-yard line. Williams in the gun, 7 to the box for the Wildcats as they look to bring pressure up the B gap. But now they'll back off. Here's the snap. Wildcats weren't ready for it, but they hand the ball off the middle, and the Wildcats recover. Great job in the middle of the defense. Malik Stinnett and Kevin Washington were the first two to it.
Great job by the Wildcats. The Wildcats were almost caught off guard as they were looking toward the sideline for the next play call. They thought that they had a moment with Valley, but they snapped the ball, but the Wildcats were able to recover quick, get them for a loss, and get into 4th down territory, and here comes the punt team.
It was another high snap, too. Jarian Williams had to jump to get that ball, and that, I think, allowed the half second for the defense to recover and stack up the ball carrier for no gain.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just the way that they were able to recover when they ultimately were not prepared is just great. Just show you how they're faster flying to the ball.
All right, so the Delta Devils will punt again with Alexander Davis back at his own 20-yard line. And a timeout, I think, is going to be called by the Wildcats.
No.
Oh, the 2-minute warning. So we'll have the 2-minute warning and go back for our normal commercial break. When we come back, we'll take you to the end of the first half. It's 7-3 Bethune-Cookman, and they get the ball next with 2 minutes left to go in the first half. This is BCU Athletics on the CatEye Network Radio and 1380 WELE. BCU Volleyball is back on campus for a critical SWAC matchup as they host Arkansas Pine Bluff. Come catch the Cats at Moore Gymnasium on Friday, October 26th at 6 p.m. Admission is free, so you have no reason not to be there. But if you can't, you can catch the game live on youtube.com/CatEye Network. Myself, Shell Carlson, and our CatEye Network student crew will be bringing you homecoming volleyball action on Friday. Mississippi Valley State set to punt the ball away to Bethune-Cookman. The punter for Mississippi Valley, Alexander Davis at his own 20-yard line. Malik Huggins at his own 25. With 2 minutes to go in the first half, Wildcats up 7-3. The punt is almost blocked, and it goes spiraling out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Somebody from the Wildcats got back there, and I think got a piece of it as I dodged out of the way of a hornet. Almost came in the press box. Oh, he is in the press box. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, that's a wasp right there. That's a wasp.
So the Wildcats are, I might have to have Johnny take over here.
Hey.
First and 10, Wildcat.
As Daryl is up here from the sidelines trying to deal with the problem. This is SWAC football, folks. This is the only, you can only get this here on the CatEye Network. First and 10, Luke Sprague back in at the 45-yard line. Sprague to pass. It'll go to the tight end over the middle, and complete and turning upfield is Thomas Nance as he gets near the 45-yard line, pickup of 7.
Listen.
Thank you, Daryl.
It looked almost just effortless. Sprague's pass to Velez.
Are you talking about the pass or Daryl getting rid of the B?
I'm talking about the pass. Thank you, Daryl. We appreciate that.
Second and 3 after the 7-yard pickup across the 50-yard line to the 47. Sprague is stopped right as he takes the snap. No, I don't see a flag.
I don't see a flag either.
Maybe somebody called timeout. So it should be 2nd and 3 for the Wildcats from the Delta Devil 46. Clock.
The clock.
The clock continued to run after Nance stepped out of bounds. So
Velez,
excuse me, stepped out of bounds. So they're going to put 1:41 back on the clock.
Wildcats in the 2-minute offense.
Yeah, and they've got 2 tight ends left on a big power set on the left-hand side of that offensive line. They've got Nance in there playing like almost a fullback role. And also, because they got to get everything set back up after everything fell over. Antoine Wells, the offensive lineman, is in as eligible. Sprague back to pass. He's going to roll to his right. He's being chased. Going to chuck it over the middle. It's caught by goal.
Nope.
No, Courtney Reese dropped it.
He dropped it.
He had a first down in his hands, and he just dropped it.
He kind of alligator armed it. He felt the defender closing down in on him, and he took his eyes off the ball to brace and prepare for the hit and drop the pass.
Now 3rd and 3 from the 46-yard line of Mississippi Valley State. Wildcats with 1:34 to go, trying to increase their 7-3 lead here at the end of the first half. Sprague now back in the shotgun. Sprague, handoff, middle, big hole, up the middle, 40, and down to the 33. Courtney Reese with redemption, and he picks up a big first down for the Wildcats.
Big redeeming play. Courtney dropped the ball on the play before and then comes up with a big run. Oh, wow. There we go again.
Delayed handoff to Reese, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, not a whole lot more. They tried that draw play that Mississippi Valley's been kind of eating up.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work as well with Cam not in there because Sprague's not as big of a threat to run.
But you have to, play action comes off of those type of plays, so you have to be aware.
2nd and 10 from the 35. Sprague rolling left. He's going to plant. He's going to throw deep down the field towards the end zone. It is caught at the goal line. Touchdown, Bethune-Cookman. Touchdown, Maroon and Gold. Unbelievable.
No flags, no flags.
Wow. Lorenzo Jenkins take a bow, triple coverage, ballerina spin, high points it at the goal line for the Maroon and Gold touchdown.
Listen, let me tell you something. He had to come back for that ball. Sprague ducked the ball. The ball was not a spiral. He had to come back, fight for it in the air, high points the ball, and then falls into the end zone for this touchdown.
Oh,
just
my
a
goodness.
Great play by Jenkins.
Hector puts the extra point up and good, and with 1:01 to go in the first half, the Wildcats double their lead. Bethune-Cookman 14, Mississippi Valley 3. My God, Lorenzo Jenkins, what was that? He's 6'3", 185 pounds, and he looked like a ballerina.
Listen, Let me tell you something. Let me take you back. Let me take you back to Clark, Atlanta. The last drive of the game when Cam Ransom tried to hit Lorenzo Jenkins on the near sideline, and he was going out of bounds. He jumped up in the air and almost came down with the ball, falling backwards with one hand.
You know what that looked like?
Listen, let me tell you something.
But he came down with it this time.
Listen, he came down with it. It wasn't a great pass. Sprague, even though he doesn't have the ability to run like Cam does, he does have the ability to extend plays. And he was able to not just extend the play, but get into position to where his linemen could continue to block, put them in a good position. So he had more time to be able to throw the ball. And just what an amazing catch by Jenkins. What an amazing catch. Great
receivers make their quarterbacks look good. Because it doesn't matter how bad that pass was. In the score sheet, it's a touchdown.
It's a touchdown. No one has a stat for ugly pass.
So 14-3, Hector kicks this one off. It's a line driver caught by the up man at the 20 for Mississippi Valley up to the 30, and near the 40-yard line he will be cut down. So 56 seconds to go. Mississippi Valley has 2 timeouts left to try and maybe get some points on the board before halftime.
Now, I'll tell you this, the defense is going to come out on this field absolutely 110% recharged, because now the defense is looking and they say, you know what, we have a lead to protect. And so I really believe that we'll see them get after it even more for this last 56 seconds of this first half. Absolutely. And so you want to continue to see that your defense is aggressive, and you want this to be one of those things where where you start to wear the offense out and you're still coming with the energy because you've had the proper rest on the sideline.
2-by-2, the receivers, 1st and 10 for Valley from their own 37-yard line. Tijerian Williams, time in the pocket. Now the pocket collapses, and he's going to be sacked. Only a 1-yard loss, but they still count all the same. Great job by the Wildcat front 4, and they only rushed 4.
Sack. I mean, ultimately, it was what you call that a coverage sack, because he couldn't get rid of the ball. He had to hold on to it longer, and so great job by the BCU secondary.
Jeremy Greaves credited with the sack for Bethune-Cookman. 29 seconds left, clock running. Valley doesn't use a timeout. Williams back to pass. He's pressured. He throws across the middle, and it is incomplete. Having to come back to try and grab that ball was Nathan Rembert, and it was thrown well behind him. Again, Jeremy Greaves has been all over the backfield tonight. He was in there again.
I mean, Greaves is a person, we may not call his name a lot, but he goes out there and causes just a lot of just fits for the offensive line.
3rd and 10. They'll go 4 wide, 2-by-2. Now 5 wide as DeFabian Fant goes out to the left-hand side. Williams screen pass over the middle, caught at the 37, excuse me, coming near side of the 40 and wrestled out of bounds as Nathan Rembert. Great job by. So I want you to talk about defensive coverage down the field on a play like that. It's 3rd and 10.
Yeah.
You don't need to make a big tackle. All you got to do is just usher him out of bounds, which is what they did. Yeah. Only a 4-yard pickup.
I mean, and when you have those type of plays, that means that your secondary is doing what they're supposed to down the field, and the quarterback doesn't feel safe throwing the ball. So he holds onto the ball as long as he can, and ultimately it was a short pass, but what happens? Outside.
Wildcats only have 10 on the field on this play, I think. 14 seconds left. Mississippi Valley punting again with Alexander Davis at the 26. 11. Now they finally run Jalen Lewis on late. Malik Huggins back at the 20-yard line as the punt is away cleaner this time from Davis.
He's going to return it.
Huggins looks for a lane. He's got one up the middle, 25-30. Big hole, spinning away from a tackler at the 40, and down he goes at the 40-yard line of Bethune-Cookman with 3 seconds left to go, and I think the Wildcats may just take this one to the half.
Yeah, I think with this, there's no need to risk any type of turnover, any type of freak situation or injury. You go out, you snap the ball, you take a knee, you take it in, you make the adjustments, and you come out, score more points.
And I'll tell you what, this may be the best quarter we've seen from the Wildcats all season, this second quarter.
This is absolute, no.
Well, I guess the first quarter against Clark Atlanta where they scored 28 points. But the Wildcats are down 3-0. They go into the half up 14-3 as Luke Sprague will just take a knee. And we are at the half. Wow, the Wildcats have some life in this team. For the first time since the Clark Atlanta game, they lead at halftime, 14-3 over Mississippi Valley. It hasn't been as clean as we would have liked, Johnny, but a quick just breakdown of the first half. We'll get more into the stats and stuff when we come back from break.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's not how you start, it's how you end. The Wildcats, we were kind of anemic when it came to moving the ball in the first quarter. However, Coach Woody has pulled the gun, switched out the quarterbacks, came with Luke Sprague, and Luke was able to move the ball for 2 touchdowns in the second quarter. And I mean, that was just 1 quarter of play, and it was a very clean. In fact, it's not even a full quarter; it was a half quarter. Right, and it was a very clean half quarter. So I am expecting Coach Woody to come back with Sprague to try to continue to see if he cannot capitalize more on the momentum that we've had from the second quarter on throughout this game.
And I'm going to say this last thing before we go to our halftime break and send it back to Larry Steele at 1380 WELE headquarters. The defense has been not forced to be on the field the whole time.
Yes.
They've been rested. They've been getting after the quarterback.
Yes.
And they have forced turnovers, and the Wildcats have capitalized. Once again, it's Bethune-Cookman 14, Mississippi Valley State 3. As we head to the break, we'll go back to the studio, and Larry Steele. Take it away, Larry. Coming back to you from Rice-Totten Stadium, Chuck Prophet Field, here on the campus of Mississippi Valley State University. It is halftime between the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats and the Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils, and I've got sideline reporter extraordinaire up here with me in the booth. Man, my arm hurts. Take it away. What did you see, Daryl?
Well, I had a great time on the sideline here in the first half. The Cats kind of hung around. A couple of miscues here and there, you know, trying to get the footage in the ball game. But we saw the defense for a change put a 7-man front up there and put man coverage on the receivers, and we began to see some blitzing and some pressure on the quarterback. The offense struggled here and there with some miscues, but the key was a first down that we made by a hair, and then the induction of Luke Sprague into the offense. When Luke Sprague was told he was going to the game, you could see the whole demeanor on the sideline change. Luke came in a couple of plays, went over the top for the touchdown, put the Cats on the board to kind of break the ice. We were hanging around. I think we lost 2 touchdowns in the first quarter we could have had, but we had some penalties. Then we saw Luke bring them back again with a long pass into the end zone. This is the first time we've seen the defense, we've been talking about it, play with the rest, because the offense has created some opportunities on the field where we've had some drives.
And I was talking off air about last week when the defense was on the field for literally 70% of the snaps in the game. You can't win games like that. You can't even be close in games like that. But this time, the offense is doing its thing. Even when we had Cam Ransom in the offense, he was still moving the ball. Right? We weren't getting in the end zone, but he was still moving the ball, getting first downs. What does Luke Sprague bring to this offense? And you immediately saw the change.
Well, Luke Sprague brings in reading the defense. Luke's going to read what the secondary is doing. He's not a mobile quarterback, but he can extend the plays that you heard Johnny talking about. He can extend the plays with his eyes and his legs. And once he breaks the pocket, breaks contain, he will find that open receiver downfield and won't overthrow him.
Talk about the defense, right? Defensive front, stellar, as we have been. They're the best unit on the team. But the secondary has been pretty good. Now, Tajarian Williams has been forced out of the pocket by the front seven, forced to make some bad passes. But the one-on-one coverage, specifically on those long passes down the numbers, has been pretty good from Johnny Harris and Andrew Volmar.
Well, Harris and Volmar have played well, but they also have their captain back in midfield back there, Mr. Woody III, and he's been coaching and telling them what to do before each play. So we have a full complement of our secondary this week, and they're playing much better.
What do you want to see in the second half? Give me a couple specifics.
I want to see Palmer with the football. I want to see us take what the defense gives us, keep that football and drive it, put some more points on the board, because we're playing a team that's 0-6 also. And a couple of more touchdowns, they'll fold.
I want to see Dennis Palmer get his first collegiate touchdown. That's my big thing I'm worried about. Thank you, Darryl. We'll hear from you at the end of the game. He's going to go back down to Troll on the sidelines. Let's take a look at the out-of-town SWAC scores as they stand right now. Grambling State is hosting Arkansas Pine Bluff, looking for their first conference win. Grambling State up 10-7, 8:24 to go in the second quarter there. The game of the week is going on right now between Jackson State and Florida A&M, just up the road in Jackson, where we were. It's the end of the first quarter. Jackson State 14, Florida A&M 14. Bryce Wojnowski, our Director of Athletic Communications, was talking to me this morning at breakfast. He says, this is your SWAC East right here, that game between FAMU and Jackson State. So that's a big one. We will watch that as it progresses throughout the afternoon. And we've got one game later tonight, 6 p.m., Alcorn State visits Southern for the top of the West. That's going to be a big one out there. Let's bring in Johnny Vickers back to take a look at some of these first half stats. Run you through a couple of the numbers. Bethune-Cookman 14, Mississippi Valley 3 is the score. But the Wildcats only have 9 first downs, 123 yards on 24 carries, 60 passing yards on 6 completions. 6 of 10 of the Wildcats with 1 interception. So the Wildcats only have 183 yards, but they have 14 points as they come back onto the field with about 7 minutes to go. A couple of things that stood out to you about that first half, Johnny.
Oh, man. Well, being able to fight through adversity, that's number one. We saw some of the same old things that have plagued us in previous competitions, penalties that negated drives, not being able to finish and complete turning the ball over. And so ultimately what I liked was toward the end of the second quarter how we were able to really get a manner of consistency out on the football field. When Luke Sprague came in as quarterback, we were able to get 2 scores in, and hopefully the Wildcats are looking to put more points on the board in this second half.
A couple of individual numbers. Dennis Palmer, 11 carries, 48 yards. Cam Ransom, 6 carries, 48 yards. Courtney Reese, 4 carries, 15 yards. Terrence Alexander, actually not Terrence Alexander. That was the jet sweep. That's to the double number. We had Corey Turner, excuse me. It was in here. It's in here as Terrence Alexander because they both wear 21. Passing, Luke Sprague, 2 of 3, 41 yards and a touchdown. Cam Ransom just 4 of 7 for 19 yards. I think that's the main reason that he got pulled in the middle of that second quarter.
Yeah. I think really when it came down to it was ball protection. You know, he got pulled really immediately after losing the fumble off the quarterback draw. So you have to take care of the ball. You can't be in the game and not take care of the ball. And so Coach Whitty decided to go with a different trigger man. And right now, so far, it's paid off for us. Receiving for the Wildcats, Malik Huggins, 22 yards on 3 catches. Lorenzo Jenkins, just 1 catch for 34 yards and a touchdown. Marcus Velez, 1 catch for 7 yards. Dennis Palmer, 1 catch for -3 yards on that failed screen. Anthony Frederick has punted 2 times. Malik Huggins has 2 punt returns for 43 yards. Donald Dees has 1 kick return for 14 yards. On defense for the Wildcats, Antoine Watts, 4 tackles. Kevin Washington, 4 tackles. Malik Stinnett, 4 tackles. Stinnett and Watts have a tackle for loss. Raymond Whitty III, back after missing last week, has 3 total tackles. And I want to talk about this defensive front 7. We knew they were the best part of this defense, but given time to get to the quarterback, they have done just that. And Daryl just mentioned to me in his segment that for the first time this season, the Wildcats have gone man in the secondary and put 7 in the box. Yeah, you know who used to like to do that? Coach Wyatt. Coach Wyatt was a very big fan of man because he was a person who loved to bring the blitz. And so when you're going to bring the blitz, you're going to see man coverage in the secondary. But ultimately, this is when the defense knows that they are protecting now they are protecting the lead, right? So I think we're going to see them playing more aggressively. We're going to see them flying to the ball faster and trying to get in the backfield and get to the quarterback and try to cause different types of turnovers and disruption in the backfield. And that's really what you want to see from your defense. And so ultimately, it's a different ball game when you're playing with a lead versus playing from behind all the time. And let's just be real. The defense hasn't been on the field nearly as much, especially in the second quarter, like they have been. Because last week at Alabama A&M,
they had 70% of the snaps. They were on defense.
Almost 40 minutes. They had 36 minutes and some change on the field. So you can't play almost 40 minutes on the field and expect your defense to just continue to go like they're an Energizer Bunny. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to have an intelligent conversation about the game. We got the Mean Green Marching Machine, the Mississippi Valley State Band on the field. I love me a good marching band. That's one of the great things about covering football in the SWAC is you get to see all the great marching bands across the conference. Of course, shout out to our marching Wildcats. Nobody comes close, but it's always fun to go around and see the marching bands all over the country. Here's some Mississippi Valley State individual numbers. Tajirian Williams is 6 of 16 passing for 78 yards. He's been sacked twice. Tajirian Williams is also their best rusher, 7 carries for 24 yards. Zamarian Kendall, 7 carries for 8 yards. DeFabian Fant, 1 carry for 8 yards. Cameron Nelson, 2 carries for 7 yards. And I think the fact that they've shut down the run game, with the exception of maybe that interior draw play, has been the big reason the Wildcats have been able to pressure it because they've had to go to the pass, Mississippi Valley.
Yeah. One of the things that has hurt the Wildcats over the past few weeks is teams being just able to run between the tackles on the Wildcats, wear them out there, and then be able to get to the outside for big plays as well. And so right now, what the Wildcats are doing, they're really trying to shut down and collapse that middle to make sure that running in between the tackles is null and void. And that's what you want to see. Why? Because if they get to the outside, then you can easily string that play out to the sideline for like no gain. But it's a lot more difficult to do that if a team is just going in between the tackles, in between the tackles, in between the tackles.
The best player on Mississippi Valley on offense so far has been Nathan Rembert. 4 catches, 63 yards, 51 yards after contact of that 63 for Rembert. We got to get him on the ground. Zamarian Kendall, 1 catch for 10 yards. Jackson Davis, 1 catch for 5 yards. Jackson Davis, just 1 catch on 5 targets. And Cameron Nelson, no catches on 3 targets. And I talked to Darryl a little bit about this. The secondary, the change to man, and especially the corners, Volmar and Harris have been doing a really good job covering down the field.
Listen, this is what we brought you in for. And so now it's time to earn that position. It's time to earn that spot on the field. You know what I mean? It's time for you, like, you called yourself the man. You said that you could cover somebody. Oh, we're about to find out
Time
now.
to prove it.
It's time to prove it.
On defense for Mississippi Valley, Eric Campbell leads the way with 6 tackles from his middle linebacker spot. Dietrich Jones has 4, Jordan Montgomery 4, Anthony Brown 2. Crucially, the Wildcats have not given up a sack so far in the game, and that's the credit to both Cam Ransom running the ball, but also Luke Sprague being able to move the pocket, extend the play, even though he's not the most mobile guy out there. We saw that on the touchdown pass. There was nothing. He was forced to scramble to his left, and Lorenzo Jenkins eventually came back for the ball, made a great play on the goal line.
I mean, it's not about even being fast. It's about being smart. And when he did that, when Sprague was able to extend that play and move the pocket, really what he did is he put his offensive line in a better position to maintain their block, right? To give him a little bit more time to be able to get the ball to Jenkins for that particular touchdown. So it's playing the game inside the game.
Yep. The Wildcats still down on time of possession, 13 minutes and 5 seconds to 16 minutes and 55 seconds. Both teams have lost a fumble. Both teams have, the Wildcats threw an interception with Cam Ransom early in the game. We talked about Mississippi Valley has thrown 15 interceptions so far this season. None today, but the Wildcats, especially the middle linebackers, have had a couple of chances. I
mean, the Wildcat linebackers are making the middle of the field a not so safe place to be. And so I think what we're going to see is we're going to see those linebackers trying to bait the quarterback into some bad decision making to be able to finally get a pick and get that ball back for the offense.
If you talk about some concerning numbers for the Wildcats, penalties, 3 for 15 for the Wildcats, and 2 of them crucial that forced the defense to stay on the field and resulted in the Mississippi Valley points. We had them stopped on 4th down, but then 2 penalties gave them a first down. And also 3rd down conversions. The Wildcats, one of the worst teams in the country on 3rd down. Just 21% success rate on the season. We're just 2 of 7 on 3rd down in this ballgame, but we are 2 of 2 on 4th down in this game. One of them by about that 16th of an inch that was eventually that first touchdown drive.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, when you get into 3rd down territory, you really want to be a team that is able to be high efficiency in converting in 3rd down territory. But I'm telling you, if you get into 4th down territory and you 2 for 2, that's not bad either, because that is a place where now you get a new set of downs, you get to continue the drive, and you get to make something happen even more. We were at 4th down, like you said, here in the middle of the field, and then down here on that scoring drive when Luke Sprague had the quarterback keeper for the touchdown. And so I'll take 2 for 2 on 4th down as well now. We do need to get our 3rd down efficiency up, but 2 for 2 is not bad.
Yeah, so we are running a little bit late here. The timer for halftime has run off the clock, but with all the homecoming festivities here at Mississippi Valley, the Mean Green Marching Machine is still on the field. So we're going to take a timeout, and when we come back to Itta-Bena, Mississippi, it's second half football action between the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats and the Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils. The Wildcats lead at 14-3 right here on the CatEye Network Radio on 1380 WELE. As the Mean Green Marching Machine departs the field, the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats and Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils take the field again as we get set for second half action of SWAC football here on the CatEye Network Radio and 1380 WELE. Welcome back. It's Michael Torello and Johnny Harris in the booth there on Latiello along the sidelines as the Wildcats have a 14-3 lead. I realize I just called you Johnny Harris instead of Johnny Vickers. There's too many Johnnies on this team.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy. So it'll be Valley ball to start. Mississippi Valley in the all-red today. The candy apple red helmets, jerseys, and pants. The green and white stripe down the side of the pants. The green numbers and the white trim. The Wildcats in the maroon helmets, the gold jerseys, the white pants, maroon numbers with a white trim, a maroon and white stripe on the shoulders as well. And I said it right at the top of the broadcast. The weather today is perfect. Perfect fall weather in the southeastern United States. 75 degrees, a little bit of wind, not a cloud in the sky. Perfect football weather here in Mississippi.
I mean, if it was raining, if it was snowing, somebody would have called it perfect football weather. If it was 100 degrees outside, somebody would have said, this is perfect football weather. So like anytime you are able to play, it's perfect football weather.
That's fair. So the Wildcats will kick off to Mississippi Valley State. The Delta Devils won the first quarter toss and chose to defer to the second half. So back deep to receive the kick is Kendrick Ross and Nathan Lambert back at the 5-yard line. Cade Hector getting set to kick off for the Wildcats. He did kick a couple short in the first half, a couple of line drive squibs. This time it is a full kick. It's going to be fielded at the 5-yard line, going to be brought out by Ross, near side 20, has a blocker. He runs into his own man and goes down to the 30-yard line. Flags fly everywhere.
I think we might have a block in the back somewhere, so this is going to be coming back a little bit.
Right, he ran, so on the return, he ran into Malik Montgomery, did Ross. And just fell down.
Hey, listen, a tackle is a tackle.
And the Wildcats would love it if they back him up further with a block in the back.
That would be great.
Or even a hold, but we'll see. There were 2 flags, so there might be offsetting penalties here. They haven't moved the ball back yet. The referees are still all talking about it at a huddle at the 35-yard line. Brand new turf here at Mississippi Valley State this year. Used to be an all-grass field, but now a new turf, the big VS logo with Mississippi Valley State University in the middle at the 50-yard line, pointing away from us. Oddly, the home sideline is away on the other side of the press box, and the Wildcats are down in front of us here. And it'll be first down after a 10-yard penalty. It is a block in the back for Mississippi Valley State, as we have the return of the Wasp, and I'm freaking out.
Hold on, let's see if we can do something about this.
I thought about closing the window at halftime, but then the crowd noise would have gone away. All right, so 1st and 10 for Mississippi Valley State.
Thank you, Bryce.
As they'll back them all the way up. It's still there. It didn't actually leave.
Shoot. Listen. Get out.
All right.
He's gone.
Bryce has swatted the Hornet away, and that's Alabama State. This is Mississippi Valley. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for Valley. Jump cut in the backfield for the running back. And Greaves was right there on him. No gain on the play.
Great stop. Greaves just scraped over, filled the hole. Valley wasn't able to pick up, but it looks like 1 yard on that play. Just a great defensive effort on that first down.
Zamarion Kendall is back in to run the football for Mississippi Valley. The sophomore out of Memphis, Tennessee, transfer from Luzon Collegiate Academy. 2nd and 9 after the 1-yard gain. The Valley 21 going left to right. Snap to Williams. He'll look to pass, 4-man rush. Throws deep corner left-hand side. Slipping before he could get there was Jackson Davis, and the pass falls incomplete. He was being tracked step per step by Antoine Watts.
Just a great secondary effort. And I mean, that's what you want to see. Just that tight end who they like to hit, stride for stride.
He has 1 catch on 9 targets. Correction, 1 catch on 6 targets. Jackson Davis.
And Johnny Harris was the one that was running with him. Johnny Harris wasn't up in the booth with you this time. Johnny Harris was down the field running with the tight end.
Listen, there's so many things I need to keep track of. 2x2, 4 receivers. Here's the snap.
Coming.
And throwing the ball out of bounds is Tygerian Williams. Davis was in the vicinity at the 35-yard line, but that ball was well and truly out of bounds. And the Wildcats came with a 5-man front that time and almost got a sack.
Adrian Hall with the pressure, just like there's nothing that he could do about it. And the Wildcats go get a 3-and-out with Valley about to punt.
You're seeing a different type of defense here for the Wildcats this week.
Today, man, and I love to see them play like this right now, especially with them having been displaced for almost 2 weeks, having been on the road, and only really spent 24 hours in Daytona before they had to hit the road again to come here.
Alexander Davis punting from his own 5. It's almost blocked. It's a line driver. Malik Huggins fields at his own 30. He's going to go right to left. He's going to look for space in the middle of the field, 45-50, and he slides down near the Valley 45-yard line. A great return by Malik Huggins. Again, no flags on the play.
Listen, Malik Huggins really did a great job of setting up his blocks to be able to get positive field position on the plus side of the field for Bethune-Cookman University.
I'm sorry about the crowd noise. I'm closing this window because the Wasp is back again. First and 10 for Bethune-Cookman, as they will play from the Mississippi Valley 45-yard line, going right to left. First play on offense of the second half. Luke Sprague is back in there at quarterback. Dennis Palmer, sidecar right. 2 receivers to the wide side right. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and Palmer tripped up after a 3-yard gain to the 43, and it's going to be a 2nd and 7.
Once again, Palmer is literally one person away from breaking for a big game. It's that backside linebacker that keeps hitting that shoestring tackle on him.
2nd down and 7 after the gain of 3. Sprague, the give to Palmer, and oh boy, he is stacked up all the way back behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to go backwards 4 yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and 11 for the Wildcats on the 46.
It looks like Valley brought the house on that one, just expecting the Wildcats to be able to run the ball at that time. So, it looks like they're keying in on Palmer, and hopefully the Wildcats will, again, open up this playbook.
And this is where Sprague needs to show his stripes, right? He's the throwing quarterback.
He is.
Let's see it. 3rd and 11 for the Wildcats in the Valley 46. Sprague, clap, snap. Here comes the rush. He steps up into it, throws the tight spiral left-hand side. Jenkins makes a spiraling catch at the 15-yard line and rolls out of bounds near the 10. Lorenzo Jenkins, you are unbelievable.
Listen, when you can get the ball into your playmakers' hands, guess what they're going to do? They're going to make plays. And this is the first time, I think might be Lorenzo Jenkins' coming out party.
That's his 2nd leaping catch for Jenkins. He's going to get the screen. Oh, near side. The pass is overthrown and incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats from the 12-yard line is where they spotted it.
The Wildcats tried to go tempo, catch Valley off balance, and if you're going to overthrow a ball, that's a great ball to overthrow.
Just into the sideline.
Into the sideline for no loss.
Yeah, but now the Wildcats down in the red zone. They're 1 for 1 in the red zone. A touchdown dive on 4th and 1 by Luke Sprague back in the middle of the second quarter. 2nd and 10 from the 12. Sprague back to pass, pressure in his face, and he's just going to let it go as he gets taken down over the middle by Anthony Brown. Brown, the linebacker from nearby Yazoo City, Mississippi, just about 30 minutes down the road.
Yep, they're like I said during halftime. I was talking to a few people and I said you can expect Valley to start blitzing a little bit more with Sprague in formation. So what does that mean? That means that we have to look for the hot routes, the quick reads, in order to get the ball out of his hands.
All right, 3rd and 10 from the 12 for the Wildcats, attacking the end zone to listeners left. Palmer, delayed handoff running left, shakes one tackler and gets pulled down all the way back at the 16-yard line, lost 4 yards.
Yeah.
I don't like that call.
No, it was a decent call, but you know what I saw? I saw Antoine Wells grab his helmet because why?
He missed the block.
He missed the block. You know what block that was? The block that would have sprung Palmer.
Yep.
That was the block.
So the tackle was made by Eric Campbell, the senior out of Memphis, the leading tackler for this Mississippi Valley State team. And we're going to set up for a Cade Hector field goal. This one will be from 34. The wind is a little bit at his back. He's on the near hash. Snap, hold, kick. It's a high floater, and it is good. Snuck inside the right upright. So with 11 minutes and 39 seconds to go in this afternoon's third quarter, it's now Bethune-Cookman 17, Mississippi Valley 3. And I know you're disappointed not to get in the end zone, Johnny, but you got to take points where you can.
You have to be able to take points when you can. You're exactly right. And it's just a good job to see that the Wildcats came out their first drive and put points on the board and did not stall out in this drive. I mean, there were positive things that happened. The pass play down here to Lorenzo Jenkins. There were negative things that happened. The play that looks like the screen that got blown up on the far side, the near side of the field, excuse me. But you still walk away with 3 points, extending your lead a little bit better and giving the defense a little bit of time to breathe, rest, so they can get out on the field and do what they've been doing.
Wildcats 17, Delta Devils 3. We'll take a quick break and be right back. This is Bethune-Cookman University football on CatEye Network Radio on 1380 WELE. Nike is the official outfitter of the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Gear up on the latest BCU Nike gear at Nike.com/Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. And those Wildcats of Bethune-Cookman have opened up a 17-3 lead over the Delta Devils of Mississippi Valley State here in Inabita this afternoon. 11:39 to go third quarter after a 34-yard Cade Hector field goal. And Hector is getting set to kick it off right to left. And he puts the ball in the air. Another big, high, backspinning kick that's going to go bounce into the end zone. DeFabian Fant had wanted nothing to do with that one, and it'll be up to the 30-yard line.
Great kick, great coverage. Just, it looks like Coach Woody's going to want Cade to continue to put that ball out the back of the end zone. And we're going to just have faith in our defense that they're going to do what they're going to do.
That died at about the 5, and then Fant let it roll in. I think he's daring the returners to, hey, you want to try and bring that out? We're going to be on you. It's going to be tough,
Yeah, but for any time when your defense has been playing, especially in these past quarter and a half, as well as our defense has been playing, you just have a little bit more faith in their ability to get the ball. 1st and 10 for Mississippi Valley from their own 25, going left to right in the all red here on Saturday afternoon. Williams, low snap, play action, screen pass left-hand side to Rembert. He's going to get, taken down from behind. A big hit by Steven Sparrow. Man, look, if there's a guy that I wanted to have on my team to play that hybrid DB linebacker position, it would be Steven Sparrow. Why? Because he's always flying to the ball. He did pick up 6 yards on that near side screen. Second and 3. Actually, they say he got 7. Up to the 33-yard line. I mean, still, Rembert is the speedster. You have to keep an eye on him. Got that Eustis, Florida speed. Listen, he can fly. 2nd and 3, delayed handoff up the middle, and stacked up all the way back at the 30 is Zamarian Kendall. He ain't going nowhere. Man, Ray Woody the third came up from his safety position to help make that tackle as well. I mean, Wildcats look like they're firing on all cylinders. Even the safeties are getting up in there in the backfield. As long as you've read it correctly and you don't let any of those receivers get behind you, come up and make a play. Feel free.
Third down and 5 after a loss of 3. Right on the 30-yard line, Wildcats trying to make the Delta Devils go 3 and out again, just like the first time they had the ball in this half. Williams with 2 receivers to each side. He takes the snap, throws quick over the middle of the tight end. Jackson Davis makes the catch at the 35. He's close to a first down. He'll lean forward to get it to the 38-yard line.
They say that he's got the first down.
Yeah, forward progress. Actually, not as far as I thought, to the 36, but it's still good enough for a first down. That's only Davis's second reception of the game on 9 targets.
Hey, Wildcats doing the job when you're taking away the quarterback's favorite go-to receivers. So if they continue to do it, listen, let them do it.
First and 10 for Valley from their own 37, going left to right. Kendall in motion. He's going to take the jet sweep, handoff going around the left-hand side, gets a block, and he's going to be met at the 40-yard line. A flag flies late.
We have a flag.
Nathan Rembert, exactly, correction, was on the jet sweep, not Kendall.
Great open field tackle, though.
That's in the area of a hold or a block in the back.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Great open field tackle by Sparrow again.
Sparrow, man, he was kind of invisible in the first half, but he's come out to play here in half number 2.
Well, you know, sometimes when you play disciplined defense and you play assignment ball, hold on.
Keep going, keep going.
Sometimes when you play disciplined defense and assignment ball, your name and your number might not be called much by radio personnel or TV personnel. Why? Because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And ultimately, it doesn't matter about if your name gets called. It matters about you doing your job effectively and efficiently.
It was a hold, so make it first down and 20 for Mississippi Valley. They're backed up at their own 26-yard line, still going left to right. 3 receivers in the pattern, tight end to the left-hand side. They're going to run the ball up the middle. Quarterback keeper for Williams. He actually squirts through up to the 35-40. Last man standing is Volmar, and he's going to be dragged all the way to the Wildcat 40. The ball comes out, and I think it went out of bounds. So the Delta Devils will keep it. Jarian Williams, the quarterback keeper, he looked like Cam Ransom on that play.
Yeah, it looks like the play that normally we would run, pull the guard, wait for the guard to clear out the tackle, and then just run behind him on the draw. Ultimately, the Wildcats almost came away with another fumble. It's almost just like the fumble that we had in Alabama A&M. We weren't able to come away with it.
All right, so first and 10 for Valley from the 42-yard line of Bethune-Cookman. Delayed handoff running left here is Jacoby Thomas, and he's going to be tackled from behind at the 37-yard line, gain of 4.
The Valley is being able to put a drive together here. Wildcats doing their best to try to slow them down, and the Wildcats have to have that fire that they were playing with at the beginning of this quarter.
Second and 6 at the Wildcat 36. Bunch formation left-hand side. They'll screen it to Davis, and Davis is a shoestring tackle by Sparrow near the 35-yard line. Spot him at the 34, brings up 3rd down and 3.
Sparrow is not letting him out of his sight. Sparrow comes again. He almost thought that he was beat. Nope. Sparrow got him by the foot, was able to bring him down. He is everywhere on the field.
Yeah. That little tight end speed diamond like screen thing has been their best play on offense.
Yeah, ultimately what you're trying to do is you're trying to create separation between your receiver and the DB by getting your receiver shallow into the flat to hit him and then be able to have him make something happen with his feet.
3rd and 3 from the 34 of Bethune-Cookman and Mississippi Valley. One man in motion left to right. The ball's on the ground off the snap. Williams picks it up, tries to run for it. Nope. He's got nowhere to go. The Wildcats collapse on him. A big wave of maroon and gold. They got beat by the bobbled snap in the first half. The second half, they keep their assignments and make a big stop.
Great play by the Wildcats. Now, whenever there is some type of mishandle of the ball, it seems like the Wildcats are getting to the quarterback a lot faster than what they were in the first half. And ultimately, if you continue to bobble, guess what's going to happen?
Yeah.
You're going to come up with that ball sooner or later.
Valley in no man's land. They're going to go for it on 4th and 6 here at the Bethune-Cookman 37-yard line.
In the passing situation.
They need near the 30 for a first down. Williams with 4 receivers, 3 to the wide side left, 1 to the near side right. That's Jackson Davis. Snap to Williams. He's going to step up in the pocket, throw deep, left-hand side. It is incomplete, and that's going to be a pass interference. Yep. Nathan Rembert was just taken out by Andrew Volmar, and Volmar never looked back towards the ball. His hands are all over, and that's a clear pass interference penalty, and it's going to give Valley life on 4th down.
Yeah, you have to be able, actually it was Watts, you have to be able to find the ball and locate the ball and show that you're trying to make a play for the ball. If you're only playing the receiver, any contact that you make and your back is to the ball is automatically going to be a pass interference. So here's Valley with a new set of downs.
On 4th and 6, they just chuck the ball up there, and the one thing you can't do if you're a DB is pass interference on 4th down.
And this is the thing, you knew it was a passing down. You knew what they were going to do. It was no surprise that they were going to pass the ball. So you have to make sure that you are aware. You have to have the situational awareness to know, I know that they're going to pass. I have to be aware of whatever the receiver does and then get my head around to make sure that the ball is coming and I make a play for the ball.
The 4th penalty on the Wildcats of the game moves the ball to the Wildcat 22-yard line, 1st and 10 Valley. Handoff left-hand side on a draw play. It's Jacoby Thomas. Tries to stay on his feet inside the 20-yard line. A big pile up on I-4. The Wildcats come away with the ball, but the play was already blown dead. It's going to be about a 4-yard pickup on 1st down.
Just a great swarm tackle by the Wildcats, getting to the ball, making sure that there's not that much damage when it comes to the run game of Valley.
2nd and 6 from the Wildcat 18-yard line. First trip into the red zone for Mississippi Valley on the day. 6 minutes exactly to go in the third quarter. Bethune-Cookman 17, Mississippi Valley 3. Wildcats scored 3 points in this third quarter already off the leg of Cade Hector on their first possession. Now, Valley on their second possession looks to respond in kind. Williams the snap.
Quick
Screen pass. Rembert makes a jump cut at the 10 and spins down to the 7-yard line.
Yep. Rembert was able to sidestep Watts to pick up a few extra yardage. Watts came in with his head down, lost sight of the receiver, and he was able to pick up a few more yards.
Rembert's a good player.
Hey, listen, he's what they call phone booth quick. He has phone booth quickness.
1st and goal at the 8 now for Mississippi Valley, as their first time inside the 10 in the ball game. Snap to Williams, handoff left-hand side to Kendall, and he's got nowhere to go, no gain on the play.
Great job.
Good job by the defense. Matthew McKenzie makes the stop.
Great job by the Wildcats getting that stop right there for 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal from the 8, no gain on the play. Actually, they say they lost a yard back to the 9. The Wildcats have done better at stopping that interior run in this second half so far. But it's on the edge now where they're getting beat.
Yeah. And so now you have to be consistent and ready to play regardless of where they run the ball, whether it's up the middle or whether it's to the outside of the formation.
2nd and goal for Mississippi Valley from the 9-yard line. They bunch the receivers, 2 right, single left, but all of them very close to the offensive line. Handoff, jump cut in the middle by Kendall. He is still fighting towards the 5, and is going to be marked down at the 6, 3rd and goal. Volmar was in there on the stop.
The Wildcats are really trying to, in the position of bending but not breaking.
Yep.
So
I also saw Malik Stinnett in there.
Yeah. And so really they're really trying to collapse that middle to make sure that the linebackers can scrape over top and make whatever plays if the running back tries to bounce the ball outside.
3rd and goal for Valley from the 6-yard line. Can the Wildcats keep him out of the end zone? Williams in the gun. He takes the snap, looks to pass. Passes left-hand side. One-on-one coverage, and it's batted down. That's fantastic coverage one-on-one. Trying to see who it is out there. It's Volmar.
Volmar again for like his 3rd pass breakup.
He reached around the midsection of Rembert and just knocked that ball down.
Now this is what I like to see. The official let them kind of battle out there. There was a lot of pushing and pulling, but guess what? The reason why he did not call a pass interference is because Volmar was playing the ball. His head got around. He saw the ball coming to him and was playing the ball.
4th and goal. Valley gonna go for it here from the 6-yard line. 3 receivers right, single left. Wildcats show pressure and they jump off sides. Free play, back of the end zone, incomplete. But it doesn't matter. They're going to get another chance at 4th down, and it's going to be from the 3 instead of the 6.
See, and you can't do those things. You can't when you have when you have the lead, you cannot play undisciplined ball. Now you have the lead. You haven't really had the lead all season, and now you're protecting it. You have to be able to play disciplined ball. You can't be jumping off sides. Listen, especially if you're in the down lineman. The ball's right there in front of you. You can see when the ball snapped.
Yeah. All right. So they're going to bring in that big uglies on the offensive line to try and run this one in. Williams, it looks like it's going to be a quarterback draw. He's alone in the backfield with a bunch of people in front of him. 4th down and goal from the 3. Williams running left, gets to the edge, touchdown, nobody touched him. The Delta Devils score.
Touchdown.
That was an interesting formation there, Johnny. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. They brought like tight ends and extra big men in, and then just a direct snap. The quarterback runs around the left-hand side, and they had so many blockers in there that nobody touched him.
Well, ultimately, really what happened was that the end, the person, whoever was playing the end on the far side got sucked in to the line, and they were just able to wash him down, and he was able to walk in untouched. Ooh,
extra point is good. Barely got it through. And with 4 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, it's a 1-score game again, as it's Bethune-Cookman 17, Mississippi Valley 10. You got to keep playing, Johnny. It's a 4-quarter game. You got to play all of it. We'll keep it right here so I can tell you about our good friends at Sergio's Pizza Kitchen, who is a proud sponsor of Bethune-Cookman football. You can take the pizza out of New York, but you can't take the New York out of the pizza. Stop by Sergio's and experience the flavors for yourself. Our recipe for success is simple: a generous dose of love paired with the freshest, highest quality ingredients. This combination is what makes each dish truly exceptional. Our approach includes a blend of traditional recipes from the old country with a modern flair that creates our wide variety of great tasting dishes, which range from gourmet pizzas, soups, pastas, and entrees. Come visit us at the Public Shopping Center on Bevel and Clyde Morris, or visit our website and order online with Slice and Uber Eats. Bring your college ID and get 10% off your order. Let's go Wildcats, and now a word from your local Southeast Toyota dealers.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota, let's go places. Get $2,000 in loyalty cash bonus on a new Toyota Tundra. Offer valid through September 30th, 2024. Offer entitles current Tundra customers to $2,000 loyalty cash bonus on the retail purchase or lease of a new Tundra gas or hybrid vehicle. Bonus cash may be used only toward a down payment or capitalized cost reduction on the new vehicle. See dealer for details.
Come be a part of BCU Athletics and support the CatEye Network. If you or your business is interested in partnering with us here on the CatEye Network, you can reach out to Wildcat Athletic Communications at bcusportsinfo@cookman.edu. That's bcusportsinfo@cookman.edu, and your business could be on air supporting the Wildcats. And there is no BC without you. Show your support for Bethune-Cookman Athletics by joining the Wildcat Champions Club today. Help us build a championship culture at Bethune-Cookman. You can donate and join at cookman.scalefunder.com. That's cookman.scalefunder.com. And Johnny Vickers, I want to get your take on this, right? It's a coaching cliche, as it were, that it's not how you act, it's how you react to things happening. And now the Wildcats have to react on the field after a Mississippi Valley State touchdown and make it 17-10.
Oh, yeah, because you're going to face all type of adversities. There's going to be teams that are going to come. They're going to drive the field. They're going to score. You don't get the stops that you thought that you were going to get, or whatever the case might be. Those things happen. This is football, and you can't avoid them from happening. But you have to always come back out, understand why you're playing, go out and play a good assignment, disciplined ball, and let things work out for themselves. Take what the defense gives you, take from the offense if you're on defense, and then ultimately just make the plays that you are supposed to make.
And an interesting stat that I found about Mississippi Valley in the red zone, they are now 9 of 14 on the season when they get inside the 20, but all 9 of those conversions have been touchdowns. So every time they score in the red zone, it's a touchdown. They have not been held to a field goal inside the 20 all season.
I mean, that's a great stat to have. Unfortunately, sometimes you're not down there as much as you want to be.
All right, Mississippi Valley getting set to kick the ball away again. Marco Jovicic Kicking left to right, Darnell Dees and Courtney Reese back there. Dees near side, Reese far side. Let's see where Jovicic goes with it. It's going to be a sky short kick. Bounced and fielded at the 20-yard line. The Wildcats just fall down right there. That's a smart play.
Yeah. Velez was able to field the ball. It was, a little nerve-wracking there because once the ball hits the ground, that means the kicking team is allowed to recover the ball to retain possession.
And it looked like Velez was just trying to let Dees take it, and Dees said, no, pick it up, and then he picked it up and fell down on it. They'll spot the ball officially at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, so, for the Wildcats to come away, it was just real good. He didn't want to chance anything for any type of turnover or anything of that nature, so good job by Velez by just falling on the ball and giving the Wildcats offense a chance to
First
make
and
plays.
10 for the Cats on their own 25. It's going to be a handoff to Palmer running right, following his blockers.
Pull.
He's got a lane, and he dives past the 30 to the 31-yard line. A good 6-yard pickup on first down.
Great pull by the offensive guards that time, being able to make that lane for Palmer. Just getting up in there and creating room.
And that's Antoine Wells, who we've sung the praises of a little bit in this game on the guard position. Palmer, handoff again, jump cut, running left, gets through an arm tackle and picks up close to first down yardage at the 36-yard line. In fact, they will pick it up.
I'm telling you, Palmer is always just one tackle, one person away from breaking for a big gain. And I think he'll get it. If we can get to that backside, man, he'll get that big gain that we've been waiting for him to break out for.
First and 10 Cats at the 36-yard line of their own, going right to left. Luke Sprague will brought back to pass, and flags everywhere. False start, Wildcats.
Here we go. The Wildcats need to just take a breath and come together and be like, listen, fellas, we're in a good position. We don't want to.
Sprague.
We don't want to put ourselves in a position where we have been and lose a game based upon just giving the game away. So ultimately, the Wildcats have to remember what they're here to do, the work that they've put in, and that we still have like 18 minutes of football left to play.
First and 15 now. Sprague rolls left. He's hit. He's dropped all the way back at the 20-yard line. That play was going nowhere, and it's now second down and like 25.
Yeah, they read that perfectly. The nickel on the far side saw Sprague rolling out to his right, and he was right there, no one to cover, so he just came up to make the play.
So now second down and a million miles. The ball is on the 23-yard line of the Wildcats. First down at the 46. So that's 22 yards to go, 23 yards to go. Sprague throws far side to absolutely nobody. And now it's third down and 22.
That pass was deflected. Right now, I don't know what the Wildcats are feeling right now, but I think I don't see the urgency in their body language right now. It's almost like, oh boy, here we go again. I'm hoping that the Wildcats can see, like, listen, we still have something to fight for. We still are in this game, and we can still win this game. So
third and 23 for the Wildcats on their own 23. And they'll just run the ball. Dennis Palmer makes a cut up to the 30, falls forward 33, and got 10, but needed, obviously, 22.
Yeah.
And the Wildcats will punt on another dead drive, and it started with a penalty.
And you have – and see, this is the thing. There are going to be times when you do get penalties, but you have to be able to work through them. You can't let those penalties negate your drive, stall you out. You have to make sure that you are in the mindset and the position that even though we might have had this piece of adversity right here, that we are still here to do a job and get this ball into the end zone. 6
penalties for 38 yards for the Wildcats. All of them have been really impactful, though. As Anthony Frederic gets set to punt it away, Nathan Rembert back deep to return near his own 30. Frederic boots it, sends Rembert back to the 25. He bobbled the ball! Oh, Valley got on it at the 23-yard line. Oh, that was close. And now the Wildcat defense, after giving up a touchdown on their last drive, got to come back and get it done again.
That's the second fumble that we've been close to recovering.
I'll tell you what, the special teams coach for the Wildcats came up to Frederic as he went off the field and was in his ear about something. I'm not sure what Frederic did wrong there.
Listen, one of the things, you know, as a punter, you typically do not want to punt to the ball to the middle of the field, right? You want to try to get them in the corner to where you can kind of corral them to make sure that he doesn't get a big gain if he decides to return.
1st and 10 from Valley from their own 24-yard line. Delayed handoff, running left to Fabian Fant. He breaks a tackle. He gets to the edge, 30, 35, 40, 45 midfield in a crowd of gold jerseys. Still going, stays on his feet, 30, 25, near the 20-yard line. A 60-yard run for DeFabian Fant out of Greenwood, Mississippi, the senior who's played his entire career here at Mississippi Valley.
Listen. Like I said, you cannot arm tackle these running backs in the SWAC. You cannot. They are going to run through those arm tackles, especially when you have running backs shifty like him.
Beautiful run by 21 DeFabian Fant.
Now 1st and 10 for Mississippi Valley from the Wildcat 21-yard line, and all the momentum's with Mississippi Valley right now. Up the middle to give to Jacoby Thomas. He's going to get 3 up to the 19. And the helmet came off of a Wildcat in the middle. He's going to have to come out. That was Earl Miller Jr.
Yeah, and you can tell that big run kind of took some of the air out of the Wildcats, and so the Wildcats have to come back and deliver the blow. Right now, they're absorbing the blow. They have to come now and deliver the blow to make sure, you know, that they continue this momentum or regain the momentum that they've subsequently have lost for this last half of the quarter.
2nd and 7, 2 seconds left to go in the third, and that will be the end of the third quarter. It's Bethune-Cookman 17, Mississippi Valley 10, but the Delta Devils in the red zone, where every time they've scored in the red zone this season, it's been a touchdown. Wildcats trying to buck that trend. When we come back, it'll be the 4th quarter here on the CatEye Network Radio on 1380 WELE. Back for the 4th quarter. The Mean Green Marching Machine playing that old Devil's Gun fight song as the Mississippi Valley Delta Devils have all the momentum right now. The Wildcats still have the lead 17-10, but Mississippi Valley, after a 60-yard run by DeFabian Fant, first play of this possession, are down to the 19-yard line. Yeah, it's not anything that you want to see, especially going into the 4th quarter, but the Wildcats have a chance to still make something happen at this point in the game and this place in the field. DeJarian Williams in at quarterback, DeFabian Fant the running back. 2nd down and 7 from the 19-yard line of Bethune-Cookman is where we will start quarter number 4. Wildcats trying to hang on for their first win of the year. Williams, low snap. He's got pressure from the backside coming. He throws the backside screen, caught at the 15, 10, 5, and Davis is spun down to the 1-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle by Malik Stinnett, but still that backdoor screen was wide open.
Yeah, it's what we would call slip. So what you do is you have the tight end start on the front side, roll the quarterback out on the front side, and then slip the tight end back out to the back side and hit him in the flat, and that's what they did.
First and goal from the 3. They're going to do that big, heavy formation that got them the touchdown last time. Williams, snap. He's going to run around to the left. The Wildcats got him at the 2-yard line. They were ready for that play. It was the exact same play they scored the touchdown on last time they were down here. And the tackle was made by Earl Miller. He's going to have to come out. His helmet came off. That's the second time on this drive.
Yeah. Yeah, every time your helmet comes off, you have to come off the field for one play.
Second and goal from the 2 now for Valley. We'll see if they dial up that same kind of play again. This time they go under center with Williams.
They're going to go straight at the middle.
Tush push at the 1.
I don't know if they got it. I don't know if they got it.
I don't think he got it.
I don't think he got it.
So now third and goal at the 1. I tried to go under center and push him Eagles style.
Eagles style, but no, the Wildcats formed a big human pile of bodies out there on the 2 to stop that progression, that forward momentum.
Wildcats up by 7, but the Delta Devils have third and goal from the 2.
There we go.
Williams back in the gun with that heavy 2 tight end look, 2 fullback look in front of him. He's going to go up the middle, and he's stopped again.
He's been stopped.
3 straight stops for the Wildcats at the 2-yard line, and it's 4th down. And Mississippi Valley is begging their coach to go for it, and I think they will. Last time they got a touchdown on 4th and goal.
Definitely. They're definitely going to go for it.
I think Tajarian Williams just came out the game. They might go Wildcat here. Lots of shuffling going on.
Yeah.
Nathan Rembert, I think, is going to take a direct snap.
No.
No, Williams is in there now. He's under center. And a timeout, Mississippi Valley, as they couldn't get set at all with 12:35 to go in this third quarter. Fourth quarter, excuse me. 4th down and goal from the 2 coming for Mississippi Valley. Oh, boy.
And look, it's a nail biter. It's a nail biter. Right
These
here.
2 teams are evenly matched. We said it right at the top of the show. I mean, they're both at the bottom of the conference in most stats, but most of their stats are right next to each other.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I'm looking for is that they'll probably try to run the ball again. I wouldn't be surprised, or if they run a play action. It'll be one of the 2, something that will
Now, they've tried that jump pass, slip the tight end to the middle of the field before in this game.
Yeah.
Is that something, old sage of Tim Tebow and the Florida Gators?
Well, you have to be prepared for everything. And one of the things that you typically see is you wait for the pile to, do what it does, pause for a second, and then you could probably dump the ball to whoever you want, or delay handoff. 4th
and goal from the 2. Williams under center. They're set up to do the tush push again. Wildcats trying for a hero stand, a flag.
What's going on?
Wait a minute, there is a mark.
There's 12 men on the field.
Offense illegal substitution.
12 men.
So that'll push him back from the 2-yard line to the 7.
Illegal substitution.
Now, if you're Valley here, do you still go for this, or do you try to kick a field goal?
I think if you're Valley with 12 minutes and 35 seconds left, you kick a field goal. But now
they've been aggressive all game,
They've been aggressive all game. I wouldn't be surprised if their coach goes for it, calls a play for them to go for it.
Their coach is Kendrick Wade in his 2nd season. Big changes coming on the defensive side for the Wildcats as they back him up to the 7-yard line. 8 seconds left on the play clock. Still lots of substitutions being made.
Nathan Rembert back in the game.
I think the Wildcats might have 12 men on the field now. Oh, they reset the play clock to 20 seconds after the substitution. 4th and goal, 11. Offense on the field for Valley. They're running one guy on late. That's Cameron Nelson. He's going to be the lone receiver on the near side. 3 receivers to the far side and a running back sidecar left of Williams. 4th and goal. Williams looks to pass. Middle of the field. It is incomplete. A flag.
Oh, flag.
Incomplete, but a flag.
Wait a minute.
Oh, my goodness. No way.
Wait a minute.
And we're going to have to do it all again.
Wait, hold on.
The Wildcats are celebrating. We'll see. The ball was tipped.
Incomplete pass.
No pass interference. And the Wildcats, a goal line stand. They stopped them 3 times from the 1-yard line.
The Wildcats, they did not break. They've been a little bit, but they did not break. That is the biggest stand, I think, for the Wildcat defense this whole season. And now the offense needs to do something with it. Now, if the offense doesn't come out prepared, I don't know what would get you.
There was a Superman dive over the middle of the field that tipped that ball. I'm trying to figure out who that was. It might have been Steven Sparrow, because he's been everywhere.
It looks like it was one was Ray Woody III and Watts were on the play.
All right, so Wildcats have the ball at their own 7. And is that something you can challenge, that there was a tip? Because the Keems just came off the field.
I don't think, I'm not sure if they can challenge, but the ball was tipped initially by Ray Woody III.
Both teams were lined up, and then they came off the field. I'm not sure if somebody called timeout. The official never made a statement. I think he's about to now. They are challenging.
They are challenging it.
I didn't think that was something you could challenge, but here we go. I mean, you've got the screen pulled up.
From what I could see of the play, since I have the screen pulled up, it did look like Ray Woody from the bottom of the screen tips the ball, and that was Thornhill on the play on the receiver.
Now Thornhill got bailed out because he did tackle the guy coming across the field.
No, Thornhill, that was just a good play of reaching over top of the receiver. But the person who hits the ball,
that's a deflection.
That is a deflection.
I want to see it one more time. Here's the pass over the middle, and it is.
Look,
there's a clear touch and a change of direction. You know what this reminds me of? The volleyball challenges, where they're challenging a block touch at the net on a ball that like sailed way out of bounds.
But you can see from our vantage point, ladies and gentlemen, because we have it pulled up on a tablet in front of us, that Ray Woody III clearly deflects that ball. Clearly, it is as clear as day. So if this does not go in the direction of Bethune-Cookman, I would be highly surprised.
Honestly, during the run of play, I thought he picked it off, because he Superman dove over the middle of the field and got a hand on it.
I mean, it was just a great break on the ball by Ray Wood III, man. It was just a great play in order for that defensive pass breakup. Because I'm looking at it. If you're looking at it from the angle that we see, which is not this angle.
Yeah, the call on the field is that the Wildcats took over on downs after an incomplete pass. There was defensive pass interference, but the ball was tipped. Mississippi Valley State is challenging that the ball was tipped. It looks like on replay that the ball is tipped, but I don't know. We've had weirder officiating decisions this season.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
And this is a rule that I, to be perfectly fair, don't know a lot about. It is a corner case, but that's why the referees are trained and they're on the field, and that's what they're paid to do.
Yeah, but what it looks like I said, from the different angles that I have seen, and there's one that is just very clear.
The one from behind the play,
behind the play. Yeah, it's the one that is from a little bit behind, off to the side of the offense. You can clearly see that Raymond Woody III deflects that ball for the pass breakup.
Stay up to date with everything Bethune-Cookman Athletics by checking out the Wildcats on social media. Hold on. Nope, we're still. I thought I heard the referee speaking. We'll continue on with the read. Stay up to date with everything Bethune-Cookman Athletics by checking out the Wildcats on social media. Give BCU Athletics a like on Facebook and follow the Wildcats on X and Instagram at BCU_athletics. For the latest on BCU football, follow at BCU Gridiron on X and Instagram. We've got Eugene Robinson, Eli Baptiste, and our entire media crew here with us traveling. They just showed the replay from that angle that we were talking about in the stadium where you can clearly see it hit Woody's hand.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's taken so long.
Listen, I don't know why it's taken so long, but the Valley head coach didn't look at the big screen that time when that angle showed up. I think if he would have seen that angle, he would not have used this challenge.
The fact that it's taking so long to review this makes me think. Here's the referee. Ruling is confirmed. Wildcat football. And they're going to lose a timeout, are the Delta Devils as well, from second-year head coach Kendrick Wade. He was an assistant coach at Valley in 2017. He's also been at Briarcliff, Fort Valley State, and Delta State. He was an MVSU player, Kendrick Wade, back in 2003, 4, and 5. And he has the Mississippi Valley State record for the longest receiving touchdown in school history, 82 yards in 2004 against Grambling State. So it's Wildcat ball. They're at their own 7-yard line. I'd like to see a heavy dose of Dennis Palmer here, try and get us a couple of first downs.
I would like to see just positive ball movement. That's what we need, just a consistent ball movement to run down this clock.
Sprague in the gun, standing at his own 1-yard line. He will hand the ball off to Palmer, running left, gets a lane, puts the shoulder into the defender, and gets all the way to the 15-yard line, gain of 7.
Great initial run for 7 yards. Just a great push by the offensive line to get Palmer that lane that he needed to pick up that positive yardage.
2nd and 3 now. They bring the tight end in on the left-hand side of the formation. Valley stacks the box, delayed handoff to Palmer, and he's going to get nowhere. Back to the original line of scrimmage, and it's 3rd down and 2. You got to pick this up. You cannot 3 and out here.
You can't. You have to be able to
and there's a
maintain.
Valley player down.
Yeah. When they're D-linemen. But you have to be able to maintain this drive. This is a very important drive for the Wildcats to be able to, one, of course, mission is score. And then the second mission, of course, now is to run down the clock. So you can create a little bit more cushion, get yourself about a 2-possession lead, and so that way that your defense's back is not all the way to the wall for the remainder of this game.
Injured player on the field will step aside for a timeout. Wildcats 17, Delta Devils 10, 11 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the ball game. We'll be right back. This is Bethune-Cookman University football on the CatEye Network Radio and 1380 WELE. Biggest play of the game coming up right now for Bethune-Cookman. It's 3rd down and 2 for the Wildcats from their own 16-yard line.
Woo. You can feel it.
The lead is just 7, 17-10, 11:50 to go in the ball game. Valley stacks the box. The Wildcats beef up the offensive line. It's a handoff up the middle, and I don't think he got it.
Craig hands it to Palmer.
Palmer is short by a yard, and it's 4th down.
Wait. Nope, they're moving him. 1st down.
Nope. Nope, they're not. Whoa, they're moving it. No, they can't be. They can't be. They are. Wow.
I told you.
Snap, get up. You got to get up and snap that ball. You got to get up and snap that ball right now so they can't challenge it.
Oh, I don't think they're going to challenge it.
The Wildcats, the beneficiary of a really generous spot there. But it's 1st and 10 at the 17. Sprague handoff. Palmer jump cut. Oh, he bounces off a tackler and spins forward to the 25-yard line. That's a pickup of about 7.
Man, oh man, what a goal.
He just made Chauncey Triplett think another time about hitting him. He just bounced off him like a pinball.
Great tackle by Dietrich Jones, filling that hole, D-tackle, but man, great pickup by Palmer.
2nd and 3. They're going to run the ball again. There's nowhere to go, but Palmer does eventually fall forward. He's close to the 1st down at the 27.
But this is what we're talking. But this is what we're talking about: sustaining a drive, letting that clock run down, wearing the defense out, and just just being methodical yet
3rd and inches
moving.
3rd and inches here, clock running, 10:15 to go. 3rd and inches. Sprague under center. He's going to try and dive for it.
I don't know. I think you.
Ooh, that's close. False starts. Unbelievable. The Wildcats kill themselves with penalties again. That's incredible.
Continue just to shoot ourselves in the foot.
And now it's 3rd and 6.
with those mental errors.
Wow.
You cannot have those mental errors that will get you every time, and so you have to be disciplined. You have to hold your water, because each time it makes it just that much harder to sustain and maintain this drive. 7th
penalty of the game. Now it's 3rd and 6 instead of 3rd and 1, and Sprague's gonna have to throw for it. He'll roll left. He's got a man in his face. He throws across the middle of the field. The catch is made. Oh no, he dropped it. Oh, Thomas Nance, I thought he had it. But the ball didn't survive the ground. It was a great leaping attempt by Nance at the 35, and the ball popped out when he hit the ground. Oh, no.
Man, look, it seems you have to be able to get the ball out of Sprague's hand a little bit faster, because as soon as he started to roll, he had 2 Valley players in his face. So,
I don't know, man. I think that's on Nance. You got to secure that.
You have to. No, I'm not saying that that's just on him, but you have to be able to get the ball out of your hand a little bit faster. It was just a great play by. He's going to run it. He's going to run it. He's going to run it. He's going to run it.
25, 30. He's going to go to the 40 and get out of bounds.
1st down.
The Wildcats mob Anthony Frederick on the sideline. It's the first fake of his career. Johnny, I remember last year at Daytona Stadium, the Delta Devils ran a fake punt in a similar situation and picked up a big gain. Anthony Frederick.
Listen,
oh my goodness.
Listen, let me tell you something. I've been seeing Frederick set this up all game long. That's why it's been taking him so long after he receives the snap, and he just kind of waits, and he's just like waiting to kick the ball and see what they're doing.
It was max protect. Everybody vacated.
And everybody vacated. And if everybody vacates, your punter takes off.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 40-yard line. A bit of space now. Delayed handoff. Jump cut in the middle of the field. Palmer running hard. Gets to the 43-yard line. Pick up a 3. But again, tick, 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 tick.
If he would have stayed on this course, he could probably picked up on his track. He could have picked up a few extra yards on that.
Palmer is right. He's got that freshman mentality of like, I'm just gonna make a big play, make a big play, make a big play, and he's maybe 1 broken tackle away.
I'm trying to tell you, he's gonna pay dividends for the Wildcats in the future.
2nd and 7 for the Cats. Fake the jet sweep hand to Palmer, left-hand side. Great block. 45-50, near side.
Stays in
45.
Bounds.
He's going to tiptoe the sideline and get pushed out of bounds at the 43-yard line of Mississippi Valley State. That's another move of the chains for the maroon and gold.
That's what you want. Remember, what did I say earlier in the drive? Methodical, but forward moving. You want to keep that ball moving forward, and you want to keep that clock ticking, and that clock is still going. 8:10 left to go.
And remember, outside the 2-minute warning, the clock continues to run.
Yes.
So 8 minutes and counting now. 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats, and the Delta Devil 43 is where he went out of bounds, did Dennis Palmer. Snap to Sprague, handoff Palmer again, jump cut in the backfield and a big hole, and he slipped a tackle to the 30. He's into the secondary and dragged down from behind at the 20-yard line. That's another first down, Bethune-Cookman. Dennis Palmer, how about this true freshman?
A great hard run by Palmer, and then not just the good run, but the run after contact, makes contact with the safety, gets around him, and then just takes off. I mean,
yeah, you know that song, Yakety Yak?
Don't come back. Listen, just a great hard run by the freshman. I mean, he's really strong.
And now he was huffing and puffing on the sideline. He's going to come out as Courtney Reese comes in at running back. But the offensive line, man, they've been making some big holes for Palmer to run through on this drive. 7:08 to go and counting. Wildcats at the Delta Devil 20. Handoff. Reese slips through at the 15 and down to the 13-yard line. The patience of Courtney Reese to wait behind the center, Christian Loving, as he peeled back that defensive line.
Listen, let me tell you something. And when you see this happen and you see this momentum that the Wildcats are gaining back as an offensive lineman, you get more confident. You're like, listen, we can do this. We can move these fellas out the way and do what we have to do. And the Wildcats are doing just that.
Now, if you're the Wildcats, you got to put it in the end zone here.
Listen,
or at least get points to make it a two-score game.
I'm not even gonna lie. I would take a shot. I would take a shot with only 4 yards to a first down.
6.5 to go.
The blitz coming
from the 15, and the blitz gets home. Back to the original line of scrimmage goes Courtney Reese on the handoff. Raphael Marshall made the tackle for the Delta Devils, the defensive back on the corner blitz.
They did not see him coming off the slot receiver.
Right, now 3rd and 3.
They
from the 13, got to get to the 10.
He's coming again.
Oh,
there,
offsides.
Free play.
Sprague takes a shot to the end zone. It's incomplete. It was Lorenzo Jenkins again. He was hand fighting with somebody in the end zone on a mirror image of the play from earlier. The referees very consistent in their calling. They let it go, but it's going to be an offsides. Man, Lorenzo Jenkins.
Man,
he almost made a third ridiculous catch.
Like that was crazy.
So, and I'd almost argue that's pass interference, but anyway.
It was almost reminiscent of the Travis Hunter catch from earlier this season.
All right, so it's an offsides. Crucially, first and goal.
You're right, Mike. That should have been a pass interference call. That should have been a pass interference call.
All right.
You are absolutely correct.
Anyway, it's 1st and goal for the Wildcats from the 8-yard line. Let's see if they can punch it in here. The run's been great. Dennis Palmer back in at running back, looking for his first career touchdown. It's going to be Palmer, weak side, near side, and he's cut down. No, he was down. He got back up and kept going, but he was down.
His knee touched.
They spot the ball at the 7, so a gain of 1. Man, I really feel for Dennis Palmer, man. He's trying so hard to get in. The true freshman from Jensen Beach, Florida. Over 5,000 yards and 60 touchdowns for Jensen Beach High School over 4 varsity seasons.
Well, you know he can run the ball, and if he continues to be patient, take care of the ball, trust me, he's going to see the end zone a lot.
2nd and goal for the Wildcats from the 7-yard line. They're up 17-10, 5:15 to go and counting. They give the ball to Palmer again. He looks for an opening. He powers through. He's to the goal line. He's down at the 1. He is down at the 1. Oh, man. His momentum carried him into the end zone, but the referee immediately called him down, and it's going to be 3rd and goal at the 1.
Man, oh, man. Hold on.
And they might review this to see if his knee was down. We'll see. There's maybe a little bit of afters between the Wildcats and the Delta Devils. There's definitely some chirping going on.
There's definitely some chirping.
I'm reminded of 2 years ago. They're showing the replay on the big screen here as Palmer, he's still going. He hasn't touched yet. Reaches for the goal line. I think he is short. Honestly, I think he's short. But we'll see. So it's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 1 for Bethune-Cookman. And a whistle and a stoppage of play. And Bethune-Cookman takes their first timeout with 4:56 remaining. Coach Gerbino going to draw something up here from the 1. All right, Johnny Vickers, you are now Joe Gerbino. It's 3rd and goal from the 1. What do you draw up here? Do you draw up the Luke Sprague dive over the top again like you did last time? But if you do that, it's risky and maybe you fumble the ball. You don't want that. Do you draw a Palmer again on a trap or a draw? What do you draw up here?
I think for me, where are we? We're at the 1 inch line, inside the 1. Delay sneak.
Delay sneak.
Delay sneak. I think that, or delay handoff to where just to give your running back a chance for the defense to close in and then go over top of the defense.
I'll tell you the play that's been good for the Wildcats on this drive that hadn't been good earlier in the game is that weak side delayed handoff.
Oh, they're reviewing to see if it's a touchdown.
Oh, wow.
They're reviewing it.
I've seen it multiple times on the video board. I think he's short right there.
Well,
but the angle is not the best.
It's not the best. From this angle, it looks like he could possibly have that nose of the ball
Again, the ruling on the field is short, and I'm not sure they have enough evidence to overturn. It's just like the deflection call on the other side of the field, right?
Yeah.
There's not enough evidence to overturn, but they are reviewing it. Dennis Palmer, the true freshman, took the ball to the 1 yard line and was marked down there on 2nd and goal. It'll now be 3rd and goal for Bethune-Cookman as they lead this one 17-10 with 4:56. I'll tell you what, you can cross the length and breadth of the country. Hundreds and hundreds, 756 football teams playing at different levels, but from Division I all the way up down to NAIA. You can find good games everywhere you go. It doesn't matter what the team's records are. It doesn't matter, where you are in the country. If you put 2 evenly matched teams on the field, you're gonna get a good game more than likely. And that's why we all love the sport and love the layers and depth to it.
Absolutely. I mean, ultimately, when it comes down to it, I know everybody has their favorite teams. I know everybody has who they root for, who they've grown up with as a kid, but there's nothing that beats just some good quality, a real close competition football. I mean, something that keeps you on the edge of your seat, like the game from a few weeks ago, Alabama versus Georgia.
Yeah.
If you are a fan of football, regardless of whose side that you're on, whether it's Alabama or whether it's...
Or neither in my case.
Well, neither in your case, neither in my case. But listen, that was a game that kept you at the edge of your seat. And if you just like good football, big plays, oh man, that was the game for you.
Or last night, Bryce and I in the hotel room stayed up and watched BYU Oklahoma State that came down to the last 5 seconds. BYU with a touchdown with 5 seconds to go to win it. That was a crazy game.
Wow.
Let's check in on some football scores from around the SWAC right now. Grambling State 24, Arkansas Pine Bluff 21. That's the battle at the bottom of the West, like this is the battle at the bottom of the East this week. Grambling State up 24-21, 14 minutes to go in that game. Jackson State 20, Florida A&M 21, halfway through the 3rd quarter, just up the road in Jackson, Mississippi. Close game, 1-point game between the Tigers and the Rattlers. And one game that's coming up later, kickoff in about an hour from now, it's Southern hosting Alcorn State. That's a battle for the top of the Western Division, just like Rattlers and Tigers are the battle for the top of the Eastern Division. So it is moving day in the SWAC conferences this afternoon. Lots of good football being played.
Yeah, man. This is possibly a weekend that will determine a lot of this, some of the standings later on in the season. The referees coming out.
Rolling on the field is confirmed down at the 1 yard line. So that's what we thought.
Yeah.
So the Wildcats will have a 3rd down and what's it up. Both teams have used the timeout to challenge and lost. So both teams have 2 timeouts.
I don't think it was it a challenge or were they was just a review?
I don't know. Either way, the Wildcats burned a timeout.
So here we go. The Wildcats. I remember somebody said that this is the most exciting play of all of football, the goal line stand.
And the Wildcats on defense had 3 goal line stands inside the 3. Now their offense has a chance to punch it in. 3rd down and goal from the 1 yard line. Luke Sprague is back there. Dennis Palmer is behind him. They actually have 2 wideouts to the left side of the field. I think that's just to draw 2 players out of the box. I don't think they're passing here. Here we go. Sprague under center. He's going to be trying to push towards the goal line. And he might be short. He might be short. The referees converge.
What do we have?
Down at the 1.
Down at the 1.
See, I don't like that call. The tush push to Sprague, I don't like it. I would have ran the ball. I think you have to take the points here.
Like I said, the delayed push, right? So you snap the ball, you let all that mess happen, and then you can jump over top.
All right, they're going to kick.
Wait, no. They're telling them to stay off the field. They're telling them to stay off the field.
This is extremely aggressive. I don't like this call. You're only up by 7 with 4 minutes to go. I do not like this call, but they're going to go for it on 4th and goal from the 1.
This is
Sprague under center again. He's going to be pushed from behind. It's a flag! It's a flag! It looks like a false start again.
What is it?
Well, if it's a false start, now you have to kick the field goal. Now you have to kick the field goal. We'll see.
Let's see.
Another false start potentially as the Wildcats start backing up.
Hold on.
All 3 different officials are converging. The Wildcats are gathered around them.
I don't see it. And oh wow, by this view, it looked like Sprague
got in the end zone. I mean, he looked like he got in the end zone, but
on the first
they threw the flag. So either they're going to pick up the flag. Here we go. Here's the referee's verdict.
Oh,
false start.
Man.
They do not pick up the flag, and now you have to kick it. You have to take the 2-score lead with 3 minutes and 55 seconds to go. And here comes Cade Hector. Oh, man. I didn't like the call to go for it on 4th and 1 originally.
I mean, I think for what I saw is in the first sneak he made it across. But
they called him down at the 1. And so now we're going to kick Cade Hector, a chip shot relative, a 22-yard field goal attempt, 22. Ball right hash. What little wind there is in his face. He's had 1 blocked already this year. Needs to be a good snap and a good hold. Clayton Thomas Jr. the snap, the hold, the kick is good. And the Wildcats take a 2-score lead, 20-10, with 3 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Not what we wanted, but points a long drive that took almost 8 minutes off the clock.
Listen.
And now the defense really only has to make 1 stop, and you might be out of here with a win.
Hey, listen, we wanted the 6 points.
Yeah.
We wanted the touchdown. However, for us to get 3 and to eat up that much time on the clock is just excellent. I mean, this is probably the worst case scenario that you could have possibly asked for. A lot of time off the clock, get 3 points. Now the defense, who's been playing incredibly well outside of maybe 2 or 3 big plays this game, is going to come out. I know that they're going to be aggressive and try to get a stop and ultimately try to get the ball back.
Listen to this. 16 plays, 88 yards, 8 minutes and 50 seconds off the clock.
Man, look.
And 90% of that is rushing. I think they threw the ball 1 time.
Hey, I don't think you can ask for anything better.
Yeah. Well, the only thing is to get in the end zone.
And the only thing to ask for better is to get in the end zone. But one of the things that we did talk about was what? You know, those penalties, right? Mm-hmm. We're coming back to the same thing. What normally negates or has negated a lot of our touchdown drives this season have been penalties, have been either like some type of false start or something of that nature. Ineligible man, downfield, illegal substitution. Dude,
So I'll tell you one thing right now. On my stat tree that I make every week, I have average penalties per game, total penalties, average penalty yards per game, total penalty yards. Mm-hmm. On the season, the Wildcats average 48 penalties, that's 48 total, and 64.5 yards. Right now, they're at 8 penalties. Dude. So they're right on their season average.
You know, you would love to see something like that cut down by like 3/4.
Yeah. Well, especially last year, this team gave up almost less than 3 penalties a game, which was crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. If I want anything from last season, it's that.
Yeah. Well, you know who's done that? Mississippi Valley. They're only 4.7 penalties per game. That's tops in the SWAC.
That's crazy.
Cade Hector bombs this kick, but it's going to die in the
drop.
wind. Bounces at the
It's
20-yard line, taken near side of the corner, and staying on his feet is the returner, but the Wildcats scramble him down at the 22-yard line. I'm not sure what Mans was doing there in the middle of the field.
Hey,
Let
listen.
me scramble. Earl Miller Jr. just like did an acrobatic flip. Like nobody was next to him. He just stand in the middle of the field and flipped.
He ended up chest bumping Quarles
and then fell down.
And fell down. That's what happened. He ended up chest bumping Quarles.
I didn't see that. I only saw the end where he's lying on the ground.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
what are you doing?
Nah. He's good. He's good. He's good.
All right. Wildcat defense needs a big stand here. 3 minutes and 37 seconds to go. Wildcats up 20-10. The Delta Devils at their own 23-yard line going right to left. 4 receivers in the pattern. Tijerian Williams takes the snap, throws over the middle. That pass is a sliding catch at the 39-yard line by Jackson Davis.
Like, you have to be able to watch. They're going to be looking for those open receivers in their soft zone. So you have to make sure that you close in on them before that pass.
First and 10 Valley at their own 39. After the big pickup on the first play of the drive, Williams again. Back to pass, he's pressured. He gets the pass away. It is almost intercepted. He floated that up there. It was short. It was looking, I think, for Davis again. And Raymond Woody got a hand to it and eventually just knocked it down.
I think Oren Patu was able to hit his arm while he was in the middle of his throwing motion for him to be able to come up short on that pass.
You're right. Backside blitz for Patu.
Good job on Oren.
All right, 2nd and 10 for the Delta Devils from their own 39. Wildcats playing press man coverage on the corners with 5 in the box. They only rush 4.
Pass.
Williams, middle, 1. Oh, incomplete. And a flag.
Oh.
Wow. So it was a quick post over the middle of the field. Cameron Nelson was in the slot. It went off of his fingertips. The pass was a little bit in front of him, but the flag does fly. Tremaine Bahia Pastor was in coverage from his linebacker spot. I'll tell you what, Oren Patu was close to getting to the quarterback again.
Listen, he's going to. I think if he gets.
Oh, so they don't get Pastor with the pass interference. It's Johnny Harris. I'm not sure where he was in the play. I'm miffed by that. All right, 1st and 10, Mississippi Valley. They're right on the midfield stripe, right in the middle of that VS logo, and midfield on the brand new turf here at Rice Totten Stadium. 3:07 to go. Clock stops because of the penalty. 4 down linemen for Bethune-Cookman. 2-by-2 the receivers with DeFabian Fant, who also is a good pass catcher in the backfield. Williams the snap. Here comes the rush. Williams has a force to evacuate the pocket to the left. He's going to take off and run midfield, and he slides at the 47-yard line, a 4-yard pickup.
Good, able to contain him.
And Oren Patu is at one point going to hit him from the blind side because he's been mauling that left guard every time.
Yeah, they're now even doubling Oren now.
Screen, far side. Davis makes the catch out of bounds near the 1st down marker. Spot the ball at the 43-yard line, so it's a 3rd and 3 for Mississippi Valley.
3rd down.
2:35 to go. Mississippi Valley has 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning.
The Wildcats are trying to play back a little bit, making sure that they don't get beat deep, but there's been some, underneath passes that they've been needing to make sure and check off.
5 wide. Williams throws underneath, caught by Davis at the 40-yard line, tries to spin away from a tackler. He will pick up the 1st down at the 39.
We're going to a 2-minute timeout here. By the time.
Well, they could run up and try and snap it. 5 seconds until the 2-minute warning.
3,
2, 1, and 2-minute warning. The Wildcats up by 10. Mississippi Valley driving. 2 minutes left on the clock. We'll take our final timeout, our final time going back to the studio. When we come back, we take you to the end of this enthralling SWAC contest here on the CatEye Network Radio and 1380 WELE. 2 minutes left here at Rice-Totten Stadium, home of greats gone by. The Wildcats looking for their first win of the season. They're up 20-10 on Mississippi Valley State. It was a first down and 10 at the Wildcat 39, going right to left to the all reds with green and white accents. Wildcats in the gold, maroon, and white. It's been a great game of college football here this afternoon in Itabena, Mississippi. Tajarian Williams trying to give his team life in the late going. He'll drop back the pass.
Blitz.
Launches one deep down the middle, and it's
Intercepted by Thornhill.
Thornhill going back down the far sideline at midfield. He's got a convoy, and he's going to step out of bounds at the 40-yard line. What did I say during the timeout, Johnny?
You just said
we haven't gotten an interception yet, and there's one that might just seal it. Wow.
Man.
Thornhill comes up clutch, and that will send the Delta Devil fans to the exits.
So let me tell you, Valley was trying to get a matchup on the backside of the formation. So they went trips left, single receiver, wide right, and it was
just a go route, right?
It was a go route, and our safety, Thornhill, just played it clean. Just backed up, saw the ball, broke on the ball. Our corner was in position to make a play as well. So it was just all around good, disciplined assignment football in our secondary.
And I'll tell you what, that was a prayer from Tajarian Williams. He just launched that one up and hoped that his receiver could come down with it.
That was the look that he kind of wanted. So
all right, Sprague, handoff, middle. And right now, all the Wildcats need to do is just not fumble the ball as they get 1 yard on first down. 1:43 to go in the game. Dennis Palmer still in. Actually, they got no gain on the play, 2nd and 10. They do need to pick up, I think, one first down to really kill this clock because the Delta Devils have 2 timeouts left, 1:28 and counting. Although Mississippi Valley and Coach Kendrick Wade are not calling a timeout.
They're not right here.
20 seconds to go. They can take this down to under a minute before they snap the ball, and I'm not sure why you wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Well, no, they'll snap it with about 1:08 to go. Handoff Palmer. He goes backwards a yard, but again, just run that time down off the clock.
Run it down.
And Mississippi Valley still not calling a timeout. 55 seconds left of the. All right, third down. I think you run the ball here, but are you really cheeky and like try and take a shot? If they're stacking the box against the run, cheeky little play action.
I mean,
hit the tight end over the middle.
Maybe a quick seam route just to tell the tight end just get what you can and then get on the ground.
35 seconds left now. 30. 10 seconds on the play clock.
No, they're not going to call timeout. This is
and
it,
that's it. The Wildcats go down into victory formation.
This is victory formation for the Wildcats right here.
Luke Sprague clocks it.
That's
and with
it.
15 seconds to go, the coaches will shake hands. It's the first road victory as a head coach for Raymond Woody Jr. And there's a little bit of afters, just kind of like 2 years ago in this building.
And look.
As the players need to be separated in the middle of the field, Kendrick Wade and Raymond Woody Jr. shake hands. Oh, Valley called a timeout with 15 seconds left. So they're going to force the Wildcats to punt it away on 4th down. Okay. That seems to me a bit petty. $15 seconds left.
15 seconds.
Delta Devils call their final timeout. Wildcats up 20-10. Yeah. It'll be 4th down and 12 from midfield. And you know what I might do here? I might put Cam Ransom back in and just have him run around for 15 seconds.
No. Listen, there's no need. There's no need to. I mean, ultimately, I'm not even gonna lie. If I'm Coach Woody, I take the snap, I roll Luke out, waste as much time, and then just tell Luke to fire it out the back of the end zone.
Throw it to the scoreboard.
Just throw it to the scoreboard, and just waste as much time.
Yeah.
And then when you punt the ball, hold the ball, punt it.
Yeah.
Just like we did last time,
No,
and then run out of
it's
bounds.
fourth down now.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, it's fourth down.
It's fourth down now. So let's see what they do. Speaking of fourth down, how about the guts on Anthony Frederic, by the way?
Listen.
Fourth down and 10, game on the line, fake punt. And he runs for 25 yards.
That was absolutely just a great play call. And like I said, he had been setting that up for a while. I saw it happening. They started to vacate a little bit longer, and he just kept holding the ball a little bit, and they just started to vacate out, and then there you have it.
The Wildcats will punt this away. 15 seconds left as my spotting chart flies off the table.
Great punt by Frederic.
He's going to bounce it at the 20-yard line, and it's going to be clocked right there. 7 seconds to go, so Mississippi Valley State can run a play. 7 seconds to go, down 10.
Here we go.
Rush 2, drop everybody else back.
Listen, rush 3, drop everybody else back.
Yep. This has not been the cleanest game of football you'll ever see.
I mean,
both offenses have kind of looked stop-start. Both defenses have played with some fervor up front. Neither team got over 400 yards of total offense. The Delta Devils actually ran more plays than the Wildcats did, 68-63.
Yeah, but I can tell you one of the things that helped the Wildcats today is that their defense was not on the field for 2/3 of the game.
Last play of the game, 7 seconds left. Williams throws underneath Rembert. He's going to go around the far sideline. He's actually got a lane to the 40. He's pushed out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Triple zeros on the clock.
Get him from over there. Get him from over there.
Yeah, the Wildcats are talking at the home crowd on that far sideline. And now, as Joe Gerbino just sprinted about 50 yards to try and pull their players off the Delta Devil sideline.
That'll do it for right
and now we can finally say Raymond Woody and Kendrick Wade shake hands at midfield for the first time in his head coaching career. It's a road victory for Raymond Woody Jr. as a head coach, as this one belongs to the maroon and gold. Your final score, Bethune-Cookman 20, Mississippi Valley State 10.
It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming, and they're having to separate some of the.
Yeah. So this is the same thing that happened 2 years ago when Bethune-Cookman came up here. There was a little bit of a scrum after the game, and it's happened again. Like Cade Hector is the last person off the field. I see Amir Hadadzik also, kind of cordially. So Cade Hector and the other kicker are talking at midfield, Marko Jovicic. Everybody else in maroon and gold is being shepherded to the locker room by a host of staff and coaches and everybody else just trying to get the Wildcats off the field. A bit of an ugly scene here towards the end as the Wildcats beat Mississippi Valley State 20-10.
I mean, really what was going on was that the coaches were basically Mississippi Valley's coaches were trying to tell their players to go back down by the band for their alma mater. Our coaches are telling our players to get into the locker room. Now, there are some players that are out on the field who are, they're being cordial.
Yeah,
good sportsmanship. You got
Cade Hector and Alexander Davis. They obviously know each other.
Out there, everybody's just good game, and they understand, and they're just trying to have good sportsmanship.
Yeah.
And it's hard to be in these positions when you have losing records and things haven't gone the way that you wanted them to go throughout the season, and sometimes tempers run a little hot, a little high. So good win by the Wildcats. It's been a long time coming, and hopefully we'll see more wins in the near future for the Fighting Wildcat football team.
Let's get you through some statistics as the Wildcats win it 20-10 here in Itta Bena, Mississippi. The Wildcats rushed for 225 yards on 48 carries, 4.7 yards per carry. That is their biggest yards per carry of the season. The running game, specifically Dennis Palmer, I'll get you his individual numbers in a moment, really showed out today.
Absolutely.
The Wildcats passing only 7 for 15 for 92 yards. And they didn't need it, though, especially in the second. Cade came in, did what he needed to do, threw the touchdown pass, and then they shut it down and went with the run game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mississippi Valley rushed 35 times for 136 yards, 3.9 yards per carry. Tigerian Williams was 15 of 31 for 175 yards. So under 50% completion. The Wildcat defense did a good job harassing him all day on the front seven. This was a game of keep away almost at times. Valley fumbled twice, lost it once. Wildcats fumbled once, lost it once. Again, the thing to clean up for the Wildcats is penalties. 9 penalties, 63 yards, and you could have really blown this game open if not for a couple of crucial ones.
Yeah. You know, one of those things that has been our Achilles heel for the majority of this season is that we have had just some bad penalties during some really good drives or really good touchdowns that have taken our scores away and ultimately nullified drives and momentum for our team. So, you know, we still have a long way to go as a team. It's good to get the win today, but we have a big challenge in Jackson State University next week for homecoming. And, I mean, we're going to have to play a much better ball in order to beat a team like Jackson State.
Couple of other numbers for you. Wildcats again, 9 penalties, 63 yards. Mississippi Valley State, 6 penalties, 40 yards. Delta Devils win the time of possession, 31 minutes, 14 seconds to 28-46 for the Wildcats, but it was a lot closer than it was last week. Wildcats' third down efficiency, again, not great, 4 of 14, but they held the Delta Devils to 4 of 16. The Wildcats, 3 of 3 on 4th down, including a fake punt, including a touchdown. I have got a delighted Daryl Natil up in the booth with me. Daryl, the Wildcats finally get a win.
Hey, I'm going to come tell you, I know I've got stories for you, right? Yesterday, I walked past the campus and went and talked to Miss Mary. Hadn't talked to Miss Mary in 8 months. And I prayed, I said, Lord, we need to play good ball this week. We saw the defense stand up this afternoon. We saw them 2 goal line stances was the difference in the football game.
Oh, yeah.
And we saw Luke Sprague come in, control the offense, did what the defense gave him, but Palmer and that offensive line grew up.
Talk about that offensive line, because you're down there on the field. You see what they're going through. And they've had no momentum this year. Yeah. But they started peeling that defensive line back. The guards started pulling and getting those double teams, and Palmer was running through the gaps. Could you see the momentum kind of shift halfway through the game?
It was man on man, but what happened was we saw that we could block them. That gave our guys confidence. They were coming out of the huddle, going to the line of scrimmage, saying what they were going to do.
Yeah.
This is the first ball game I saw us play with confidence. We played within ourselves. You know, we made some stupid bone plays. We looked like Wildcat football this afternoon.
Talk about Luke Sprague, right?
Luke.
We were discussing on the way up here that maybe he wanted my red shirt because he hasn't played all season. But to come in to relieve Cam, who hasn't been really what we expected him to be this year.
Right.
And he only went 3 of 8, 73 yards for a touchdown, but he didn't turn the ball over. He facilitated the offense. He gave the defense something different to look at, and he made the plays when he had to.
Luke calmed the offense down. We created a whole new rhythm with Luke in the ball game, and what it did was it allowed us to look at the defense because he's a reader. Look at the defense, and Palmer was running a thing like George Foreman. Foreman from the paper with the Vikings. He would hit the hole, watch the block, then accelerate. That kid grew up there as a true freshman. I got to give the offensive line a B+ this afternoon because they saw that they could make the blocks, and you could see the confidence weaning on the sideline. Even Coach Gerbino got into a rhythm. He made a couple of calls that act question on the 3rd down. He changed the play and threw a screen pass to the outside.
4 yards, yeah.
And we lost 4 yards. But we were 0-6. This team needed an opportunity to feel good about themselves, and they can do that all the way back to Daytona Beach. But we grew up this afternoon. Here's something we can hang our hat on, carry that momentum into Daytona next week, because we got the big bad Tigers coming in, but we've always played well against Jackson State.
Daryl, talk to the people. We got homecoming next week.
Okay.
We finally have a win on the football team, a little bit of momentum. Yeah. Why should they come out to homecoming?
Well, I'm going to talk to the people. There's some people who are not going to make it because they sold their homecoming tickets because we were 0-5. They won't see it. Homecoming will be off the chain this year. It starts tomorrow night on campus. But homecoming, a lot of different festivities. I'll be one of the MCs for the parade for about 15 minutes.
Because you got to come with us.
I'm catching you guys back to the game. But homecoming, we're going to have great weather. It's been cool in Daytona Beach. The campus has been cleaned up. The flags are out. It'll be a great homecoming coming with a win under our belt coming in. There's a lot of negative talk, but, we don't want to hear that. Come to Daytona Beach. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the yard. Enjoy Mary's children.
Daryl, as someone who you admitted to me, we're thinking of not coming up for this trip. You told me before the game, we were down there on the field, you said, I thought about it, I had to go support the team, and you're here, and we got the win, as ugly as it may have been.
That's okay. I'll be on Beale Street tonight up in Memphis enjoying this one. I've been carrying cigars the last 3 weeks, and I left my cigars this afternoon because I was going to get Coach Woody a cigar because I knew we were going to win this afternoon.
Thank you, Daryl. Thank you so much for everything you mean to this program. We'll see you next week. Couple of defensive numbers. Kevin Washington Jr. leads the Wildcats with 10 tackles. Malik Stinnett had 8, Adrian Hall 4, Antoine Watts 4. Kevin Washington Jr. also had 1.5 tackles for loss. Malik Stinnett, Hall, and Watts also had tackles for loss. And, of course, Josh Thornhill, the big interception right at the end of the game. We said they hadn't picked him off all game. They've thrown 15 interceptions, and Thornhill made it 16 right at the end of the game. Some numbers on Mississippi Valley State. Their rushing game to Fabian Fant, 3 carries, 93 yards, including that 54-yarder to set them up for a touchdown to potentially get them back in the game. Tajarian Williams, the quarterback, 13 carries, 25 yards, and a touchdown. Jacoby Thomas, 4 carries, 13 yards. Zamarian Kendall in the first half, 11 carries, 14 yards. He did not play in the second half. Williams, 15 of 31 passing, 1 interception, 175 yards. He took 2 sacks. Nathan Rembert, he's a good little player out of Eustis, Florida. 7 catches, 111 yards. Jackson Davis, 7 catches on 15 targets for 54 yards. He was their top receiver, and we pretty much neutralized him except for a couple of plays over the middle. And other than that, nobody else had more than 1 catch for Mississippi Valley State. 2 guys with 14, Kendall with 1. Nobody else caught a pass.
Man, what a stat.
Yeah.
But that does speak to where our secondary was, and force a couple of the sacks that we did have. Like I said earlier in the game, they were coverage sacks because the quarterback didn't feel safe throwing the ball because of what we were doing downfield defensively in our secondary. So, with this game being a win and doing some of the things that we were able to accomplish today, it gives you a little bit of confidence going into next week. But, you're not overconfident, right? You know that there's still stuff that we can work on. We can still get better as a team, as a whole, in our execution. And so, I'm waiting to see how practice is this weekend for us to take on those Jackson State Tigers next weekend.
The Wildcats are in the win column. Your final score, Bethune-Cookman 20, Mississippi Valley State 10. That'll do it from Rice-Totten Stadium here in Itta Bena, Mississippi. For Johnny Vickers, Daryl Natil, and our entire Wildcat media crew here in Mississippi, and Larry Steele back in the 1380 WELE studios. My name is Michael Trevello. Thank you so much for tuning in to Bethune-Cookman Football on your Saturday afternoon. We'll see you next week. Friday night, volleyball, 6 p.m. Saturday, 3 p.m. football at the stadium. It's going to be a great homecoming week, Wildcats. Enjoy it. We'll see you next time.